Like, is he deadass quitting OSU content creation forever? Is he done? He's done with content creation? He's moving on? He got a JOB? Like, I'm actually worried now. Non-copyrighted music. What is, bro? What is this, bro? Hello, bro? Is he gonna talk or like he's just muted? What is this? Is the most scuffed up like major update ever. His mic doesn't work. Hello? Bro is announcing the biggest change of his career and his mic doesn't work. He has a whole ass. Bro, we can't hear shit, bro. Who are you talking to? No one can hear. Oh, one sec. Okay. Alright. This guy's still talking like we could hear him, bro. Bro, just say you're working for MrBeast. Oh, okay.
Can you hear me now?
Okay. Alright.
You can hear me. Okay. That was not how I wanted the stream to start. I wanted this to be serious, and I feel like this this starting off with my microphone not working doesn't help. But as I was saying, the title is not clickbait. I did get a job, and I feel like I owe it to you all because this stream has been such an important part of my life, and so you guys are quite literally the first ones to know about this. There's only a handful of people that know that I've accepted this position. And this is the first time that quite literally everyone, even my mods, are hearing of this. So let's start from the very beginning. Around COVID, when I first moved to LA, one of the biggest things that I wanted to take advantage of in LA was specifically networking and getting experience, because I was hyper aware that being an influencer is typically a short-term career. Very rarely do content creators really have a career beyond a couple of years. Most people find success,
BTMC
they milk the shit out of that money for 1 or 2 years if they're lucky, and then they fall off, and that's it. And so when I moved to LA, one of the biggest priorities I had was, one, try to maintain myself and develop that experience and build a resume, because I don't know about you guys, but when I first went full-time, I had, two directions. It was either go to college and get that experience through a degree, or play video games, and that's it. And I don't know about you guys, but at that point in time when I made the decision to go full-time, I was very conscious that if something ever happened, I would need to be ready for it. And so here's
Okay,
the
so
thing.
he's going from content creation to employed life now. It's not clickbait.
The last
He's actually
couple
leaving us.
years, I've actually spent a lot of my efforts in trying to build that resume. And one of my role models is likely a creator you guys remember, if you're from my time at least, and his name is Happy Stick. I talked to Remco about this pretty early on when I moved to LA, and he specifically, during his full-time OSU career, did things that built a resume, like running the Happy Stick summer tours. I think that's what they were called, a series of tournaments, and essentially using his platform as a way to do cool things, to develop that experience on paper, and to not only be able to do things full-time and be a gaming creator, but also be able to have something as a fallback in case things went south. Fortunately for Happy Stick, he was able to, one day decide that he wanted to move on with his life, and he moved on to Blizzard after OSU. And I knew that if I wanted to be safe, I needed to do the same. Because the reality is, even if I do everything right in this career, I cannot control other people's actions. And the reality of being a content creator is that my performance, even if I do everything right in my head, if people just don't like it. All of this is to say that the last couple of years, when moving to LA, while I was still creating content, but I think most of you guys could tell that my attention was severely divided. I was trying to maintain things. I was trying to do a lot of projects, but the main thing was building a resume. And I'm very thankful that I did that, because I don't know about you guys, but I feel like we're in a pretty tough time right now. And as a result, relying on just my stream for income is pretty uncertain, if you will. So here's the thing. This is my resume.
Edward Ling.
And I'd like to go over with you guys, I guess, like a list of my accomplishments over the last couple of years. Hey, I know that resume template. Listen, it was my first time, bro. it was my first time. I actually had some help. Shout out to Vivid Clarities.
It's about to be long AF,
I was like,
probably,
shit, what
bro.
do I do? And Vivid Clarities
I mean,
was
like having events like Roundtable is pretty good for a resume.
Canva template type shit.
It just shows that you know how to like
hey, if it works.
for work experience.
So
definitely helps a lot. So you did the right thing.
I got hold on.
Hey, good for him, bro.
Up, down.
He's lucky, right?
I compiled all my documents. This is my high school diploma. I probably shouldn't show this. I actually should have checked whether or not I should even show this diploma, but I brought it as a prop to show you guys that, like, I have this. I have my transcript from when I was in high school. I applied to CVCC before I went full-time. That's Central Virginia Community College. And I got accepted. I also applied to Randolph College.
Bro is doxing himself.
Full-time in
Bro, was that his high school logo?
Streaming in Twitch. So this folder has my transcripts, my GPAs, like all my school stuff. And so I used it and realized that most of it was kind of useless. Who the f wants to hire a high school kid fresh with no other experience? So despite me compiling all that information, the information that was relevant to me is what I've done, especially what I've done recently. I've realized that, you know, if I apply somewhere and all
is
they
recording
see is
for the B-roll in his video
from
on the side.
2018,
He's gonna make this a full video on his main channel
on Twitch.
He's recording the B-roll right now.
Where I am now, then that's probably a red flag. And so I've kind of filled out at least like the last couple of years of what I've been doing.
What if this is all staged? I franked the entire OSU community.
I mean, you tell me. I'll maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but I've already gotten a couple of offers, and I'm going to tell you the one that I accepted. All right.
Okay.
This worked. Okay, but let me just show you a little bit of what I've done. It might actually be better to go like from the past to the present, but at least okay, fuck it. Let's just go in chronological order. All right.
I see MrBeast.
If I were to, I was trying to think, if I were to, you know, as a one-liner, pitch myself to someone else, who am I? You know, someone says like, oh, they're a software engineer, or oh, I'm a product designer, I'm etc. etc. Right? But if I were to pitch myself, it's kind of a little bit of everything. I was like, professional content creator. Should I do consultant? Should I do like what is it? At the end of the day, I landed on influencer operations and event producer, because that's basically what I feel like I've been good at. You know,
Beast Troll MC Entertainment LLC.
Or tried. My education, I feel like isn't really the strongest, but I did graduate with an advanced diploma. There were 2 slots in the template, so I put my middle school in case that was helpful. Yeah, I went to middle school in 2009. And as for my experience,
but what is MrBeast X?
Stuff,
what is this?
right?
So is this
owner
working for
and
MrBeast?
Professional content creator.
He's been working
at
with MrBeast since January or something?
Entertainment. That's the headline thing that most of you guys know of, because it's literally me on this channel. And I feel like I've seen
BTMC and MrBeast videos.
It's very easy to see, hey, I just play video games and I just play OSU. And yes, that is a lot of it. But there is also a lot of things that go behind the scenes that is complicated. this year, just a couple months ago, I did work with the MrBeast team. I can't disclose too much of it, but the TLDR of it was that I was helping as a consultant for them with some of their projects that they were working on. Obviously, I can't really disclose it, but this is probably one of my best pieces on my resume. And the fact that this was so recent, I think was massive to me. Having MrBeast on my resume definitely is a fucking banger. TLDR. But working with their team, I learned a lot in such a small period of time. It was quite literally just
language, English fluent,
it was a
Chinese
very short period where I
partial
was working
fluent.
with one of their projects. They're extremely fast-paced, and I have
You can be
massive
partially
respect, nothing
fluent?
but good things to say about their team. To this day, I still continue to keep up with contacts with many people over at Beast. And I'm very thankful that
Isn't
they continue to
fluent mean
include me
perfect?
in many of their videos to this day.
Dude,
Awesome.
I'm pretty sure Ed has told me. Okay.
And then there is
Whatever,
probably
man.
some of the headline things that I've done with this channel.
He's capping, bro.
There is the Roundtable. The Roundtable, both the invitational and the open events with Level Up Expo. I think this is probably the biggest real telltale thing that I can actually show someone that I know what I'm doing. I can talk to you guys and be honest by saying I don't actually know what I'm doing. Despite me running the Roundtable for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holy shit, it's been 4 years. Despite me running the Roundtable for 4
Man, I missed the
years,
Roundtable.
I still feel like I don't know what I'm doing, and things are chronically on fire. But the fact that I can show that this did happen, that people did watch it, and people did pay money to attend this event, that's all people care about, really. I've realized that from an employer's perspective, that's all they care about. And from an employer's perspective, knowing that I was proactive in organizing this myself, I got the feedback that it shows that even if I don't have the professional experience, like a college degree, I have the capability to learn and adapt. And I feel like it's actually one of the most valuable things to someone hiring.
Neuro-sama in the
that
resume is
I'm
also
proactive
crazy.
and, I take charge, if you will. And
Yo,
that's exactly what I did
So we're
with
just gonna lose
the
BTMC for good, just like that.
Actually, the Roundtable is still
face of
running.
OSU, bro.
We still have one more event happening in 2026.
well,
I already
used to
signed up
be,
for it.
I
It's not like I'm
guess.
going to say psych Lamal.
Bro,
So
he
the
got a job.
Roundtable
He wouldn't
open
have the time
2026 is
to
still
focus on
happening.
OSU
It's
full
in Las
time.
Vegas. It's on April 24th through 26th. We're bringing out all the guys.
You gotta take
the
over,
Poon.
bro.
I actually have confirmation that a lot of the biggest Osu creators and players that you guys know of will be attending. I'm not gonna say who because I want to save it for a surprise, but there's some big ones. With that being said, the last part that I wanted to include was this, which is probably where the beginning of my consulting went, and it's actually with Vidal. I had
what
a
did he
conversation
say?
with Vidal.
Why are people
because
saying white
when
cat
I
in the
look back
chat?
on this phase, I actually felt like I botched the job. But I spoke to Vidal. I had a chance to speak to Vidal. I don't really talk to people
didn't
unless
even-
I have a reason to, you know what I'm saying?
Big names
So I
are going
happened
to the
have
event.
a scenario
Roundtable?
recently, within the last year, to talk to Vidal, and he expressed that moment when he was first achieving success was having exponential growth on his channel.
Okay, I've already said I'm going to
we
the
had
roundtable,
multiple calls
but I
together
think everyone
about,
knows that.
hey,
I wonder who
this
he
is
thinks is
something big.
who else is
and
coming.
then I offered my
It's probably
help
White Cat,
to,
bro,
to
or some shit.
at least try to set him on the correct path. I don't think I did that good of a job. Again, I can say this to you guys because I can be honest here. But I realized that, holy shit, Vidal is one of the biggest creators, and if he thinks that it was valuable to him, I should own that, right? I should sell myself. So yeah, I did consulting for Vidal, one of the biggest VTubers, biggest streamers on Twitch to this day, and although I don't think I really did that good of a job, Vidal has expressed to me that he felt it was valuable and that he's thankful that I was there for him. And so I put that on my resume.
Fair enough.
So that's about it. Now here's the thing. I got this printed with a real printer because I quickly realized that my printer was out of ink. I sent this digitally to most people. You know what I'm saying? No one prints their shit out anymore. So you can tell that, you know, this looks pristine. And this is kind of scuffed. With that being said, like, this is all empty. I'll just talk about the fucking job offer.
Okay, never mind. I was just gonna say, I'm curious what's inside, and it's just all empty. All
so I actually received 3 offers.
Okay.
Despite, like, I went over the stuff in my resume, but there was also a couple other things.
MrBeast is my prediction, bro. Come on now.
Like, for example, I joined a startup. Like, I actually worked as a contractor for a no, not even contractor. Like, they literally, like, offered me equity and everything. I was flying, like, every 3 days, I would fly between Los Angeles and San Francisco, and I would join their, like, it was literally a hacker house. It was actually crazy. They were backed by this VC firm called A16Z. I got to talk with all of their software engineers, their marketing director, and got to see what it's like for a competent team to work together. And I actually feel like that was one of the biggest developments for my life. I actually got to talk with some OSU players. There are some OSU players who are literally at, like, OpenAI, Google. Oh, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Cluely, I know one of the co-founders of Google. I have him on my cell. It's actually really funny. One of the co-founders of Cluely matched with one of my ex-roommates on, like, Hinge or some shit.
What? Why are we saying that? What?
I'm going on a tangent.
We're kind of going off topic.
But
wait,
we
just needed to know that?
A lot more experience in what this resume, like, outlines. And from those connections, from me being in Los Angeles, I really do feel like Los Angeles, and especially that trip to San Francisco was the reason why I managed to get so many offers. Because I feel like I'm not even sure if a resume even means anything anymore. I don't know about you guys, but I think this resume is dog shit. Like, I include my middle school, you know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, I feel like the only reason why I was able to even get multiple offers was because I just know people. And so, yeah. The job offer. That's supposed to be an S. The job offers.
Okay. Praying is not working for bro. You think BTMC is working for OpenAI? Bro, what the f is gonna do there? Bro has shorts on, bro. His ass only dressed up for the bit.
I ordered some
Bro has shorts.
Wait, are these correct? No, these are the correct markers.
You only dressed up for the camera, man. I thought it was like, oh my god, man. Zoom meeting ass stream, man.
Listen, if I didn't stand up, you would think that this is pretty professional. And let's be real. Most people work remotely. This is all they see. All right? Let a man be comfy. Like,
yo, chill.
Bro, why?
Yo, why are you yelling at me, man? What? Relax.
Why is bro recording? Because this is going to be a video.
Yo.
Like, you guys are hearing it first because, you know.
Yo, why are we mad?
I don't know if you realize, but, like, I kind of care
chill,
about
man.
my Twitch a lot more than my YouTube. Which is really bad. Terrible YouTube management. I do care about my YouTube, but you guys are like my homies, right? You guys actually spend time with me, you know? You guys see me for hours on end, and I talk with you guys. Whereas, like, in the YouTube, I want to talk with them more, but I feel weird, like, hearting people's comments and replying, and then knowing that I will never check whether or not they replied back because my notifications are flooded. It's hard, man. It's hard.
Yo, he's quitting, man.
What? Wait, 300?
Yo!
Wait, Tayu, dude, like, dude, 300 is
wait, this guy gives like
do you not see the title here? The freaking title.
300, bro.
What?
Bro, he's quitting, man. He's not gonna stream ever again.
Oh my god.
Bro just gifted a quick 300, man.
Bro said you're not going unemployed. But I'm not wait, you're not? Bro said you're not going employed. It's already too late. I've already actually started. I've actually already started. My first day was actually 2 weeks ago. Like, there's a reason why I haven't streamed since the MCSR-a-thon. And I've already committed to it, so I can't quit now. Well, I don't want to quit now. It wouldn't be in my best interest. Chat, I think a big thing that I've realized.
Damn, he started since 2 weeks ago.
I think you guys understand because you guys watched me, but I felt this like frustration for the longest time because
he's gone, bro. Bro, this is actually horrible.
/BTMC.
I don't know how I feel about this. It's like it makes me kind of sad, man.
I'm no longer a professional streamer like deadass. How do I fix my OBS?
Like this makes me this feels a little daunting to me because well, okay, exactly for one thing, he was once the face of OSU. And he was very good very good face of it. He did a good job at being the face of OSU. But if he's quitting, that means I probably have to take his place, and I don't know how I feel about that pressure. I feel like the game is in my hands now, and I don't know how I feel about that.
The other overlay.
It feels daunting, bro. The truth is, all good things come to an end. So this had to happen eventually. But
oh, chat! I got
now reality
Adderall.
is hitting.
I got medicated for ADHD. I'd love to tell the story of that later, but that's probably gonna take a while.
Damn. Anyways, it feels a little daunting, bro.
Sorry.
I need to lock in. If I want Osu to,
we could talk about that later. All right.
To like continue striving, I need to lock in, bro.
I bust out this piece of paper because I wanted to talk about my offers. Offer 1.
Hugo Frost is coming back, bro. He better come back. We need Hugo Frost back. We need our creators back.
Now this is probably
this is so worrying for me. I don't know how Osu is gonna look like. I don't know what Osu is gonna look like after this. Like, we're losing one of the biggest influencers of the game.
I'm on Adderall right now.
If not the biggest, still.
So I don't try to pretend to be anyone. You know, I like to think that who I am on stream actually is me. Because of that, I felt, well, from an outsider's perspective, it's like parasocial, right? When I meet you guys IRL, hopefully you can tell that I actually feel like you guys are my friends. But it's been really frustrating to me because I know that there is always like a group of people from the outside that see this as a persona. And that, oh, I'm reacting for content. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but like part of the reasons why I like before
who was the face of OSU before BTMC? I don't even know, man. BTMC has been around since like 2017.
Asking me to react.
This is why this is so huge of a change. I don't know what OSU would look like after this.
For content.
BTMC has been like such a big face of OSU for almost a decade. Cookies isn't even a real one because he's just a top player. Like Happy Stick, I guess, is more realistic. I guess you can still say Cookies had that big of an influence, so that's fair. I guess Happy Stick, but we're going into a new era, chat. We're going into a new era. Osu is gonna be different. He hasn't said he's quitting Osu and content creation. He's probably just gonna say he's not quitting fully, and he would he'll stream every now and then, but he's not doing it full time anymore. Obviously, he got a job. He's not gonna do Osu full time. There's no time for that. Obviously,
I've ran this channel purely based off of passion. All the videos I made, all the projects that I've done, I hope you guys understand that I did it because I think it's cool and I wanted other people who thought it was cool as well to see it.
Oh my god.
I need to keep it together. I'm sorry. What I'm trying to get across is that everything I've worked on to this day was because I genuinely thought it was cool, and if no one else was going to do it,
it's okay.
I would do it. That was my belief behind the Roundtable. That was my belief behind. There are so many projects that I've spent money because I saw creative people doing incredible things that I thought deserved to be properly compensated. And I spent a lot of money on those people because I wanted to be the person to treat them well. The idea was I could turn it into a YouTube video and then I would make the money back that way. But the reality was those decisions have been the biggest mistakes of my life. I think the Roundtable is the most obvious example of it. From an outsider's perspective, it's like, holy shit, BTMC spent $50,000 on an invitational LAN event. That's cool. But then there's behind the scenes, which is me. I want to see OSU LANs continue. I want to see OSU competitive scene thrive. And so I was like, F it, let's just do it. And that was purely from passion. But that put me in a really tough financial spot. A really tough financial spot. And on stream, it was like, haha, I spent like, I put it all on my credit cards. It was 27,000 or something like that. The entire event ended up taking like 50 to 60,000. Hell, there's a deposit that I still need to claw back, but every time I message the person, it's like, oh, I have to wait ages for them to reply back, and I just end up forgetting. But I hope you guys understand that what I've done for OSU is because I genuinely love OSU, and oftentimes it was because I had this mindset of, I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I care. But I don't know how I'm able to communicate to you guys that after trying that, like hearing that, saying, yeah, that's a great idea. Be the change you want to see in the world. Money shouldn't be the motive. Passion should drive everything. I followed that advice and I f***ed myself. It took me not a long time to claw out of it. I didn't pay a dime of interest, but I had to sell my soul. You guys could probably see I took on sponsorships that had no correlation or relevance to this channel just so I could fund the debt and then fund the promise that I was going to continue the Roundtable. Like, in the moment, it was like, okay, the winner of the Roundtable Invitational 1 will guarantee that we'll fly you out to the Roundtable Invitational 2. Well, me, now I have to fund the Roundtable Invitational 2. And during the process of running Roundtable 1 to Roundtable 2, I was like, okay, we had a successful event. We know people like this. There were 10,000 people who came live. Let's figure out how to monetize this. And I did the due diligence. I worked at conventions. I made videos of me volunteering to work at TwitchCon. Working at Level Up Expo. I didn't do just the research. I walked the walk, and I realized that events just don't make money, man. The events that do make money ride this fine line of a point where no one is happy. Conventions are running it because they want to service the community. Well, the good ones at least. They want to service that community, but the attendees are frustrated because holy f, these tickets are expensive. Holy f, these lines are long as f. Holy f, like couldn't they just get a bigger venue or shit like that? And it's just made me realize that if I want that passion isn't enough. Like, it took me too long to admit to myself that money does matter. As stupid as that sounds now. I think some of you guys will understand that, like, of course money matters. You have to pay the bills, but like, I think it just took me too long to grow up, and I made some childish mistakes that were entirely passion driven and severely financially incompetent. Is the best way that I can describe it. Is financially incompetent. I talked to accountants. I talked to people in the business, and they're like, yeah, they didn't want to say that it was stupid, but they said, hey, well, you have the experience. Let's figure out where to go from there. And so what I'm trying to say is money does matter. And so my decisions from this point onward or from that point onward, from like 2 years ago, are factored in with money in mind, you know? And it feels weird to like I just don't know how to communicate that to my viewers, that like, because from an influencer's perspective, it's in my best interest to say, no, the money, the views, I'm doing this because I love the game, I love the community, and I want to see this game grow. But that's not real. It's a balance between hopefully what you guys can see in the time since Roundtable 1 and to this day, that it's not entirely passion driven.
Man.
I have to curb the financial risk that I'm putting on. And it's severely and
You just gifted 200 subs.
forgive me, Tayu. I'm gonna continue on expressing what I need to express here. I just didn't know how to tell my audience, hey, it's not just I'm doing this because I love the game and its community. I'm also money matters. Like when someone does this, like, oh, BTMC, you're only doing or you're farming clips because all he cares about is the views and the money. I try to ignore it, but it's like, man, like that hurts.
Oh man, bro. This is sad to watch, man. This hurts to watch, bro.
And I've talked to my therapist about like how the do I handle this, and it's like
Mrangasu gifted a tier 1 sub to Lepi. Vincent Boo 72 just gifted 5 subs.
Bro, this hurts, man. To see his stream like this after years of him, bro. It's.
We love you over everything and support every decision you make. Much love.
And the fact that people didn't give him the love that he deserved over the past 2 years, man. Not even, bro.
I talked with my therapist, and I'm one where like I trust the professionals. If I'm talking to a professional, their word is gospel to me. And my therapist recommend like, hey, your work life and your personal life need to be separated. And the part that just broke me was when they asked, who are you off stream?
I really
When you're
hope
not
this helps
live,
you
or
out.
if you're not making a video, if you're not with your community, who are you?
Bro, like, people don't know what Ed is like behind the scenes, man.
But that's the entire. I've been trying to
He's
avoid
working on
that.
it, man, all day.
Because the idea that someone is on stream and they're
A lot
fake
of the things he does
goes completely
is for
against what I
passion.
believe.
And to just
That
think
when
that
you watch me on stream, you
all-
are
all he got
watching
back
me,
was like
and that
hate
I am who I am.
and
that's
cringe
why
is like,
I've made an effort to go
it's
to as
honest-
many
it's
events,
hon- it
because
honestly
every
hurts to
time I
think
go
about,
to
bro.
an event, the biggest, one of the most common things that people tell me is like, "Holy shit, Ed, you're just like you're just like when you're live. I thought this was just a persona or some shit." And that makes me feel at ease, because I feel like I'm being the difference that I want to see in the world. That like when you're watching a YouTuber, you have this feeling like, oh, they're only doing it because, you know, they're making money from it, and that like, oh, it's just fake, it's a persona, and that when they say, oh, thank you so much for your support, they don't actually mean shit. They're just farming engagement. And like making you feel something so that you'll come back. And the worst part is that I'm aware of that. So every time I do that, I do know in the back of my head that it can be interpreted that way, and I don't mean that.
Bro, this is not the time for Grandmaster Guna to be subscribing. Oh my god, bro.
I'm gonna mute the alerts. I'm
Oh my
very
god,
thankful for
bro.
you guys.
Oh my god.
But I do think it's important that I need to get this message
So,
across.
oh my god.
I will, at the end of this segment,
Bro.
I'm gonna read every single
Sorry,
notification.
I'm legit tearing up
Even
right now.
then, I'm aware
but
that
I'm
I'm
just-
fucking
fuck,
trash
man.
that because
No,
during the
this
last
is not the right
like
time,
year
man.
of my streams, I keep missing people's alerts, and it's so f***ing stupid. These guys are paying me money. I don't even give them the bare minimum of acknowledging and expressing my appreciation. There's, I genuinely don't deserve you guys.
Man, oh my god.
Well, I feel that way sometimes. That's also something I'm working with my therapist that yes, I am too hard on myself. That I need to give myself grace and forgive myself.
Bro, I don't know, bro. Like,
At the end, I'm gonna pause alerts right now, and then
this is
towards the end, I'm going to read out every single person. I promise.
I'm just sad, bro.
With that being said, all of this is to say that ever since the Roundtable 1, I went on a journey to figure out how can I make
This is
my
heartbreaking,
passions,
man.
like
Dude.
make sense. I went to look how
Dude,
how
Ed
do I
has-
figure
bro.
out the
Ed has been the
business
face of
part.
OSU basically for the entire time
And
I've been
not
playing
screw
the
myself
game, and to see
financially
this
like I
day
did in
happen
Roundtable
is
1.
honestly heartbreaking.
And I came face to face with the reality that money has to be a priority. And I just didn't know how to explain that to my community because in my it's either one or the other. Are you doing this because you love it or are you doing it for the money?
Like, imagine this
And I just
game
didn't
about
know
him,
how
bro.
to
I feel like
explain that to you guys. I hope
his
talking
efforts
about
really
this
hasn't
makes you
been
guys,
appreciated
but
enough.
I hope what you guys will understand is
If
that
not for
everything that I've
BTMC,
at least
what would
until
OSU
Roundtable 1
look
was
like, man?
because I genuinely love the game, and there was zero financial incentive behind it.
but
When I
now
went
he's
full-time,
the
understand that I'm a high school kid with no work experience beyond scooping popcorn at a movie
Dude.
theater, playing video games full-time without any knowledge of how to make finances work. I just knew that this career wasn't going to last forever. I should save every dime, and that hopefully I will figure it out and I'll learn. That was my mindset. And the reality is, if I don't put myself out and actively continue developing myself as a
we
person,
always took it for
while
granted.
I'm
We actually
streaming,
did, dude.
then I will be
People don't appreciate
essentially
it until it's over.
frozen in time.
And that's the truth.
mentally.
People wouldn't have as
I
much
won't name
sympathy.
names, but there's a person that I know that I feel like I'm
For
very close
him,
with, who's a
like-
extremely popular streamer. But they are essentially a 16-year-old in a 25-year-old's body.
Who's this guy
Essentially
talking
the same
about?
mistakes that I did with a lot of their big projects, because they never developed themselves. And although, like,
Oh,
you
talking about
know,
himself?
it's not my
Oh.
place to you know, try to help them, especially when I can't really help myself. But it just
Never mind.
it made me realize that if I don't do something and develop myself and build skills for myself, how the am I going to put food on the table? And my needs have to be met. I'm human, right? And there's a small part of me that like that discounts that as well, because my upbringing, and many of you guys know this already, I grew up with soup kitchens. I remember like taking home meals from food banks with my dad and my mom. There would be donations from the grocery stores. The best buy date is just best buy. It's not expired. It's not safe to eat. And so once it hits the best buy date, they donate them to these food banks, and that's where people
Yeah, this,
like
this is a
me,
reminder that we're all human.
That's how we
bro.
got our meals.
These content
course, it's a
creators
little bit
aren't
old,
just
but sometimes
lifeless,
there'll
like
be mold
soulless
that
human
grows on
beings
it.
on your For You page, bro. These are
And
real
I didn't
humans.
realize how fucked up this was.
This
but
is a
we
true
would literally
reminder
just scoop out the
for
mold and
everybody.
eat that fruit and eat that bread, and and I'm only just now realizing today how much that's my health. And I'm only just with the last couple of months have I really started trying to navigate through the healthcare system, the U.S. healthcare system, to get those conditions fixed, if they'll ever be fixed.
What? Bro, I did not expect to start my stream and end it with this, man. This is just heartbreaking, man. Oh my god. Guys, I just want to say, like, Ed has been a big part of my childhood, my teenage years, and even now. I grew up watching him. When I started playing the game as just like a little 7-digit, I was watching him play. I would watch all of his videos, and and it was always a big part of my childhood. And for him to fly me out to Los Angeles in July of 2022 for a roundtable and meet him for the first time, that was different. Like, to meet my idols, bro. For him to give me the chance at such a young age
Before I move on to
fly to Los Angeles, all flights paid, including my brother, and that was like around $3,000 to $4,000 worth of flight tickets, and that was all on him. I was just a 15-year-old kid.
I guess
A 15-year-old kid who just played OSU. Watched him play throughout all of my childhood.
Weighed on me over the last
For him to fly me all the way to
few
Los
years,
Angeles and to meet
I've been so
him,
ashamed of it.
the idol
I've bottled it up.
I've been watching
And
since
I
a
need to come
child.
clean and tell you guys.
I don't know, man. That's just a level of passion that I'll never forget. An action I'll never forget from anyone. And I don't think there's another person that would do the same thing that he did. I don't think the reality of it is there's not a better idol than Ed for
It's
OSU.
the biggest stain
And to
on
see
my
him quit
own-
after all those years is like sad.
as a person.
And I don't know how I feel that
is the biggest stain
like
that I
to see my idol that I grew up with just quit, and for all the actions that he did when I grew up, it's like
is
man.
the biggest show of incompetence that I've ever
He paid for my first
seen.
ticket outside of Australia, and I got to
not
see
even
all
just
of
a
my
single time.
favorite
It's the biggest
streamers
pattern
and
of
players.
incompetence that
All
I've
thanks to him.
found myself doing when
To
reflecting
see him
upon
quit
myself.
is he gave me experiences that
transparent
no
with
other
you
child
guys.
would ever get to see. Brought me all around Los Angeles, and that's something I will always appreciate. That to see him quit like this, after all these years of consecration, and it's sad, bro. It's so sad, and like I don't know how to feel about this, bro. I had to pause ads for this because I feel bad for monetizing this. I don't want to, bro.
You guys to hear it.
I already feel bad stealing his viewers,
I'll
but
be
like
honest,
I don't know,
just wanna
man.
turn off right
I don't know
I
how I
just
feel
wanna
about
keep this
this,
going now.
bro. I just, bro,
Over the past,
and for now to realize when he
having to,
finally
like,
quits,
dig back into my
and for him
memories
to
that I wanted to like shut off.
vent about this, like
I
it
want to
reminds
shut
you,
away,
bro. We're
but-
all human, bro. They have an entire life like us. They experience
Let me figure it
hardships
out.
like us, bro. We all have our struggles, and to see in the community as also a big figure, like to see all the words put on him in 2025, and even before that in 2024, like, and to see him finally vent it all in one stream, like I don't know, man. Like there's truly not a better face of OSU than Ed, and I'll always cherish the time. We're all human, bro.
But
And there's
around
simply,
June-
bro, I simply never thought I would be this, that I'd get mentioned on stream, bro. This is the only situation where I feel like I could
from the
just
mindset
just seeing
of
just seeing him be so
complete
emotional
passion
on stream
with complete
is just like it's hitting different, bro.
incompetence on the finances
Just
side.
a reminder, this figure that's been around for 6 years has always been the person we knew as hyperactive, always
I'm-
energetic,
made a promise
and like it's been like that for
that
6
I
years, bro.
couldn't keep.
To see him this emotional just hits different, bro. It
Dude.
sucks, bro. And the thing is, the most things he's talking about is when he was the most hyperactive, energetic streamer that we knew. It just goes to show you don't know what's behind the scenes. Your favorite streamer right now could be energetic and chill, hyperactive. Behind
Without
the
naming
scenes,
names, And please don't mention their name because it's pretty obvious who it is.
Like,
But out of respect for them, please don't mention their name if you know who it is. Around June 2022, my channel was at its peak. It was at its peak. I was averaging like around that time 3,000 viewers. If we continued on that trajectory, everything
bro, I
would
haven't
be
cried
fine.
on stream since 2020.
I didn't know how much I was spending, but I also didn't know what I was pulling in. But I also knew that, but it felt like every time I looked at my business bank account, the number was going up. So, and you know, although I didn't really do the numbers, I just had it in savings. And so I was like, let's invest in the channel and scale up. And so I flew out one of my best friends. They uprooted their entire life because they believed in the vision. They shared my passion for the game. They were the first internet friend, or one of the first internet friends that I've ever met IRL. They were with me on my journey where I felt like they joined me on a journey where I felt
Bro, this is bro, we're starting a new
they
era
were there
today.
at a time where I felt like I was finally
We are starting a new
accepted
era.
by the OSU community.
Like, without Ed, bro. And that's
Before
like
then,
daunting as
they
fuck.
were just
Low key.
I still consider them my friend, like online friend, and we were close, cordially, because you know we both do similar things. They know like my entire story basically. They were there from the beginning, and I was looking to scale up, and I knew I needed help. And I heard from other people, oh, businesses, they hire contractors because it's cheaper. It allows them to pay less money. It puts the tax burden on the contractor. It allows them to avoid certain taxes or avoid benefits. Even if they work with them essentially full time, they don't get the full time benefits, and that's why every business
this is
does
probably
contract work. I said,
The most
fuck that.
heartbreaking moment of
If I'm going to bring out
Osu.
my best friend,
For me.
I'm going to
aside
take care of him.
aside from losing OWC, this is one of them, bro. Loki. I don't know how to feel about this.
I
man.
paid him what I thought was a competitive salary. And although I wish I could have paid him more, I knew that if I did it more, it would be even more risky. And that was by far the biggest mistake of my career. Because not only did I break my promise, not only did I not take care of him, but over that period of his employment was the biggest period of financial stress and lack of leadership that I've ever exhibited when I reflect on myself.
Bro, I don't like how me sobbing on stream is gonna be the internet, bro. Bro, do I just private the VOD after
It was
this?
fine the first couple of months. We were like,
Low-key, bro. Shit,
they
man.
would ask me, all right, yeah, let me know what the job description is. And I didn't have a clear answer for him. I'm like, oh, well, it'll probably just be a little bit of everything.
I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna be embarrassed.
We'll probably figure it out.
But
yeah?
it's okay. The people who are here, you guys know how I feel about this, okay?
Which when I talk to my roommate who actually has a job, they're like, you are a literal red flag of what not to join, of a company not to join. If you can't clearly define to an employee what their responsibilities are, do not hire an employee. I should have done my due diligence. But I hired him under a salary that to this day I still feel like wasn't enough, under the promise that I would take care of him.
Bro, it's actually respect.
The reality is, not only did I not properly take care of him, not only did I not step up to be the leader that he needed and the guidance that he needed, but I fostered an environment where he felt, I don't know how else to say it. I fostered an environment in which I made him feel useless. And I won't make any excuse. When I reflect on this, it is a decision that I made every single day to not fuck with them, to not go over the business with them, to not figure it out. And instead, I just pressed the go live button, hoping that the stream, if it continued growing, would fix it. And sure enough, after 2022 was the post-COVID era. Whoop-de-doo, who could have guessed, creators were in a bubble where everyone was watching Twitch, YouTube, etc. And at this point, people have well transitioned or well started the transition to be adults. I ignored the problem, hoping it would fix itself, until it got to the point where I couldn't afford his salary. A salary that I genuinely believe wasn't enough for him. And the worst part was the environment that I created for him, which was the environment with a lack of communication, despite us literally being in the same house. An environment in which lacked communication, lacked leadership, lacked any sensible idea of growth. And, you know, from a business consultant perspective, it's like, it's very, like, you should never hire your friends, right? Because you have conflicting interests. You want, from an employer's perspective, I'm trying to extract the most out of my employees and pay them the least possible. And from an employee perspective, they're trying to do the least amount of work possible in order to meet, to stay employed. Like, that's what it naturally evolves into. But the reason why I wanted to bring them on or hire my friend specifically was because there was an era of trust. Because similar to how, you know, you guys know who I am and know that I'm doing this with passion as my main motive, that they trusted me to be the CEO of the company and to work with them effectively so that they can be successful. And the reality is, they wanted to be successful. They, like, a good employee is someone who actually cares about the company. That's what probably one of the reasons why when you interview somewhere, the first thing they ask is, why do you want to work here? Most people give a bullshit answer, but if you can imagine, if I'm interviewing someone, I genuinely hear why. Why are you here just to take a paycheck? Which, by all means, everyone's got to pay the bills. I understand that. But what I'm looking for is, do you actually care? Do you care about what we're doing here? Do you care about me actually trying to make shit happen in the OSU community? Do you care about the competitive scene for the game? Like, because if you care, those people, you know, can do cool shit. They can help me do cool shit. And they wanted to. They were just as passionate as I was. And instead, over the course of a year, he ended up feeling incompetent, useless. That feeling when you know you're about to get laid off or fired or whatever the term is. That feeling when you know your employment is going to end and it's just a matter of time. You just don't know when. He lived through that for months. And I did that to him. And the worst part is, I did it again. That employee was in 2022. It lasted around a year. And as a result, they ended up having to basically pick up the pieces of the life that they left behind to try to make things work. But afterwards, I did it again. I thought, okay, I'm going to turn a new leaf. I'm going to learn from my mistakes, and I'm going to be the leader of a influencer company and treat them right. I've realized that as much as I want to bring them on as an employee, I cannot afford it. Because not only did the salary, you know, cost a lot of money, but I did not realize the amount of money I would have to pay additionally in healthcare costs.
Dude, back in
I provided them
2021,
healthcare.
bro, I remember watching the
Or
stream every
insurance,
day,
that's what it's
and I
called.
was the rank 1 player,
Insurance for
man.
their healthcare.
I was still watching his stream every day. I would wait for him to go
dental
live, just
care,
like
their
everyone
vision
else.
care, the
Now it's changed.
taxes that I would have to
reality
pay
is setting in. It's 2026,
as
man.
the employment taxes that I would have to pay, as well as the what's it called, workers comp. I think it's called workers compensation. All I know is that it ended up what I thought would be a number that I wish I could pay them more, but it's the most that I feel like I can comfortably stomach in risk. Ended up being 30 to 40% more expensive because I didn't account for everything else. We had everything official. I paid a lawyer to draft the employment agreement. I made sure that they had adequate time to review it and that, you know, this is a professional working relationship, but understand that I will always be here as your friend, and I mean it. And then I failed them. So I figured, okay, I can't do this as an employee. All the things that people said about contractors, how it takes takes the advantage of other people, I don't really see any other way. And I'm just going to hope that someone is willing to help me, because I at that time I felt like I couldn't do it on my own. And so I brought in what I thought and what I believe to be one of the most prominent creators or upcoming creators to work with me, again, in person, except as a contractor. They would be a consistent payment. That's it. No tax withheld, no insurance benefits, or no benefits, nothing. You do your responsibilities, you get paid. I knew that they were relying on this income to make this work. That without this income, it makes no reason for them to take the risk to be in Los Angeles, one of the most expensive cities in the world. But I thought, hey, now that the expenses are going to be a lot lower, if I just increase my output, everything will be fine. The telltale sign is YouTube. Again, completely ignorant, but I thought that all I have to do is fix the YouTube channel. If we can get weekly videos uploaded, even just one sponsored video every single month will pay for that position. That my channel can grow, the output of videos, which is something that I've been trying to fix for years, will pay for itself and some. And I failed them. I betrayed their trust again, because although they were incredible in ideation, script writing, communication, I only had one task to do. And that task was to record the damn thing. There's no excuse for me not doing that. Genuinely no excuse. I had their script in my hand. I knew that it was going to perform well on YouTube. I knew the OSU community would eat it up.
Yo.
I knew that it would check the box
Bro
for,
said he was about to
okay,
suck
if we
him
record
off.
this
What?
here, edit it over these days, upload on this, boom, we're cleared for at least a week. And I didn't record it for the absolutely
Sorry.
childish reason
Okay, I'm serious now.
that it felt inauthentic. It was my first time working with scripted content. I've operated this entire stream with as like a mutually beneficial ecosystem. My chat sends me stuff. I have no idea what it's going to be, and my impression that you see is my genuine first impression seeing it. And we tried to basically script it. And on paper, it should work, right? Yeah, some things will be fake, but the content, when it's edited together, would be great. And it will perform well. I could definitely tell. Yet I let it sit and rot because it was so difficult for me to stomach the idea of scripted content. To no one's surprise, video outputs did not increase significantly. I was hemorrhaging money again. Because I'm the only reason they're able to live in Los Angeles. I'm basically paying the rent for 2 people. It was expensive. And it was a monthly expense that I committed to. Yet, we only, over the course of that relationship, only one video ended up getting made. And that video actually is one of my favorite videos on the channel, despite it being scripted. I'll actually name drop it. It's the Osu Genres video. Banger. But the part that was scripted was, I knew the maps ahead of time. Me reacting to, oh my god, Jazz has an 8-star? I knew it. I knew it. And I was just playing, I was playing a character. But when I look back on that video, that's a banger-ass video. That's one of my favorite videos to this day. Nico, the editor, absolutely popped the off. And I love watching my old videos. And that is by far one of my favorite videos. If not the favorite video, my favorite video over the last, like, since 2022. Honestly, I can't even remember my own videos anymore. There's so many videos that I pushed out, uploaded, that I wasn't 100% on the clear with because of sponsorship deadlines. Videos were rushed out, and I know people could see that. All because I was trying to make bringing on another person work. That relationship has ended. I'm still good friends with this person. We did talk about it, and it's real. It's my fault. It could have worked if I put in the work. If I swallowed my pride of this idea of being authentic Ed on as BTMC and just did the content. And it extended even to this day. There's not a single short, TikTok, Instagram reel that has been custom recorded and uploaded onto any of my main channels that is not a sponsored post. Because I remember when Musical.ly was first trending, I thought it was goddamn cringe. And I told myself, I will never make this goddamn content because it's cringe as fuck. Dancing to songs? Are you kidding me? Hell no. I'm not embarrassing myself like that. And so the only ones that I did were sponsored ones. Yet, from a business perspective, I missed out and am continuing to miss out on the biggest top of funnel strategy for my business. YouTube isn't the main way that I should be that the creators today are getting new viewers. They're getting it through shorts.
Guess
And
I'm
it
the
is
head
pure
now.
incompetence as a leader that I have not done shorts.
Guess he's passing me the torch, bro. Shit, man. I'm in charge
Unfortunately,
of carrying this
that
game now,
person-
and I need to stop. I need to stop sitting on my ass, dead ass. I need to lock
like the employee
in.
that I hired before
I need to,
is going home,
like,
going back home.
bro.
As much as I believe that even without me,
I need to lock
if
in.
they really want to, they could make it work.
He's passing me the torch. I'm the new face.
They
All the
made
pressure is
adult
on me,
decision,
man.
which is
All
if they can make it work here in LA, they can also make it work back home.
The Oceanic Cup is a huge
And they're
thing.
right.
After hearing him talk about this, am I making the same mistake he's making with the Oceanic Cup? Because I'm not making shit from that money shit too. I've poured thousands into that as well. I'm losing money. I'm making the same mistakes he's making. Hearing him talk about this is giving me a reality check. Guys, please make the Oceanic Cup a profitable thing. Please, it's in your hands. Please make the Oceanic Cup a profitable thing. Don't put me in the same hellhole as him. Please. Okay, it's not a LAN, so I'm not spending 50 grand in it, but I'm still in the negatives of it. Which, you know what? It would look good. I mean, there's stuff in my portfolio. You know, the Oceanic Cup. You know, I'm putting my all into it. I'm putting my time into it. At least I'm not spending 50 grand on it. Okay, so it's not a LAN, but MGC was a huge mistake as well. I'm pretty sure, bro. MGC, no.
I have to
The prize pool was too big. No.
be inauthentic. That the entire brand that I built up with this channel relies on me officially making Twitch whoop-de-doo after, you know, seeing I'm based in LA.
MGC
There's
was
a lot
tough.
of pretty big creators.
Yeah, but
I've
I
met
also
a lot
made
of
the
pretty big
prize pool
creators.
$3,500 and did
the
zero
industry
fundraising.
standard. You need the influencer to perform so that sponsors have an expectation of the content that they're going to receive.
I made the prize
So
pool
that the bills can be
$3,500
paid.
USD and did zero fundraising,
Because
so I made nothing.
Without
I just
those
put that shit
sponsors-
into the drain.
Part.
And I didn't even do anything with it. I did nothing with MGC. I just threw that money into the drain. It's gone. Over. Done.
So here we are today.
And that was probably a very big, one of the biggest mistakes. Because that kind of money was pretty big to me back then. I, like,
Mods, can we...
cost of living in Australia is lower than NA?
only
Bro,
the chat?
no. I'm pretty sure Melbourne is like top 5 most expensive places right
I
now.
like reading my chat.
But I'm not paying
I
shit.
want to see what you guys are saying.
I haven't moved out. Listen, watch the Oceanic Cup. Support
Please
OSU
understand
content. Support OSU events, man. It's ran out of
That
passion.
I've based my decision
But anyways, serious talk here.
for the position that I've accepted. Well, actually, I guess it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm just doing this for myself. Like, let's be real. The numbers on this channel, well, today we're kind of popping. Holy fuck. But the numbers on this channel haven't been good. The numbers for the OSU community in general haven't been good. The word on Twitter is OSU is dying. So understand that
Dom donated $20.
my decision here
Might as well contribute something
had
to the
to be.
community. I'm in Smile.
financially incentivized, because the reality is right now playing video games on Twitch and not making videos and shorts and everything else that I know that an influencer needs to do, if I do not play the current meta of influencing, I have to leave.
Chat Twitch Prime
It's
is
just not
free
cut out for me.
smiley face.
However, I hope you guys understand that ever since the Roundtable one, I'm trying to balance the idea of passion and money. Yes, I want to be paid, and yes, I want to be compensated well. I've realized that now. But I also want to do shit I care about.
So it doesn't wait. What?
So let's start with offer number one.
OpenAI.
It's an AI company.
Okay, I knew it.
What do we do? The S&P 500 is largely carried by startups and data centers and anything that passes the word AI shoving down our throats, creating tools that no one asked for, etc. I'll just remember that.
AKA OSU AI. TSM OSU AI. And back with the shorts again, buddy. Alright, after all that emotional shit, whatever, man. The truth is, as a
Let's
community,
hope dry erase is cool.
it was bound to happen, bro.
Offer number. Oh shit, this looks.
The
good.
proof, the truth is, maybe he hasn't been the face of OSU for a while. He's been too inactive. He's been focusing on other things. He started a job. It's been 2 weeks. He wasn't.
Oh, shit,
He's
I
not.
think
He
this is
hasn't
the
been as
whiteboard.
active as he was before
Nah, I like the aesthetic of a piece of
for a
paper.
while. You know, and that's probably just the truth.
Offer number one.
We've been running without him for pretty much the entire year now. So, low key, we just need to lock in and.
My first
you know,
offer was from an AI company.
We just need to.
It is a startup. During my experience
We just need to move on.
with,
Like he will always be remembered. We can't.
with
But we
the
can't
previous
keep on
startup.
like.
I flew back and forth between Los Angeles and San Francisco. I got to talk with VCs, CEOs,
I need to lock in. IFC'd
Software
all Pretty Little
engineers, some of the
Psycho
most
diffs in a row.
competent
W.
people I've
New idea.
ever-
Watch it, okay?
some of the smartest people
W.
I've ever...
I did that today. I didn't even mean to do that. I just did that for fun. But we can make it a video. I don't care.
I felt like the dumbest person in the goddamn room.
What happened?
Every time I flew to SF, I felt so goddamn dumb. It was actually crazy. These people were had degrees at like MIT, Stanford, Harvard. It's fucking insane. And I had none of that. But I know how to yap. And I also have 400,000 followers. And what's crazy is that the startup world is dictated entirely by clout. You don't get funding. You don't survive as a startup by having a competent business model or creating a product that people give a shit about.
Is this where he got that sponsor from?
Succeed as a startup by getting people to think that you are the shit. And there will be a bunch of VCs.
Bro,
Do you guys remember what
see
the
that there's a lot
sponsor
of
he
discussion
got?
about
The AI
you.
sponsor?
Then you
He did, like,
start that
last
process
year?
of, okay, is your vision in 5 to 10 years potentially that you could be a unicorn, as in you hit $1 billion valuation? And if so, boom, you have a couple $100,000 investment for a share of equity. I learned a lot during this period of me traveling back and forth between LA and San Francisco. And I did receive an official offer. I'm not sure if I should actually I'll name it. I'll name drop it, dude. It was nah.
I'm curious now, man.
Okay. It was easily
Nah, just say it.
3 times as much money as I was making from BTMC at the time. If this shit was $3 signs, okay? If BTMC was making $sign a month, they offered me 3 times that amount.
Damn.
So
Fuck morals.
Revenue.
If I'm making 300K,
Checks the
fucking
box.
$1 million a year, 7 figures, I'm taking that. I don't
that's
give a
not
fuck.
a problem, bro.
Fuck
Hell yeah,
morals. MREKK AI, bro. Let's go. Come on now.
But let's passion. Do I give it?
7 figures a year, bro. That's a no-brainer. I don't give a fuck about your morals. I'm taking that. Hello?
And the answer is passion. Do I give a shit? Kinda. I mean, it was kind of cool. I mean, some of it I think will like
Yeah.
get me canceled. Like, there were a couple startups that I literally lived with. Like when I was when you go to San Francisco, it's common for there to be like these startup incubator hacker houses where basically multiple startups live in the same house. It's like a giant ass building, or they like a incubator will own 3-4 houses on a street. The main house is where you check in. They offer you free food, an area that you can set up your laptop and grind. And then multiple startups will live in the houses right next to it. Wake up, go to this hacker house, and then grind. They have everything that they need. They have food, they have water, they have internet, they have computers, they have free Mac Minis and shit. It's crazy. And the idea is that you are there right next to, like, I'm adjusting the number, 5 to 6 other companies that the incubator invested in. So the incubator invests like a certain percentage in their company. They go to this. They're basically the startup is basically trading equity for a environment where they can develop themselves, right? So let's say 5 to 6 different companies are part of this cohort. And from these companies, I saw a bunch of really cool shit. It was actually insane. Of course, all of them involve AI because let's be real, you're not getting funding unless you're AI involved. One of them was robotics, okay? One of them was vibe coding. One of them was anime
What?
wives. The not safe for work stuff. They were actually the most profitable.
Hentai?
Like, in terms of actual numbers, these guys were popping off. You guys say f AI, but I know for certain that some of
What?
you guys actually sign up for this shit. I saw the numbers. Y'all are lying to
Wait,
yourself.
sign me up.
Save the artist my
Yo.
goddamn ass. You guys are literally signing up to this shit. And so, let's
Yo,
talk
7
passion.
figures to
Do
watch
I give a shit?
Oh my god. Yo, wait.
Kinda.
Yo, who's saying fuck AI, man?
In the course of me,
the hell?
like, trying to develop myself, obviously
Yo,
I
who's
saw
saying
the AI
AI,
boom,
bro?
and I realized I cannot fall behind if I'm going to
Damn.
stay as a content creator. So yes, I use AI in my workflow. My current stance is that I don't use AI in any public-facing material. If it gets sent out, published, I don't use AI. But brainstorming, iterating on a script, etc. Stuff that's behind the scenes where speed matters the most. The reality is AI for $20 a month for a Gemini Plus plan is pretty useful. But I am aware of the consequences as a result. I'm highly aware of like the environmental impacts, the jobs it impacts, but hopefully you guys have the understanding that
I would
if I wanted to hire them, I
never
literally
want to be in a workspace filled with anime wives.
hopefully I have that track record. I tried to hire people
Never.
officially and I myself.
AI.
So I'm trying to be
I
resourceful
hate
with
that.
what's happening now,
Never,
and the
ever.
reality is if
Never.
creators do not use AI in some
For
part of their
7
workflow,
figures,
you will
bro,
never be
that's
able to compete against others who
hell
do.
no. 7 figures is too little, man.
And even if you as a creator don't use it, you best believe that the people that you are working with, if you want the best, have it integrated in their workflow. Because a person using AI,
I draw
to
my own
accelerate the
goons.
workflow.
W Decadent, bro.
I don't
Yeah,
think
bro.
it's
Yeah, he's
10x.
making 7
I
figures.
think
No,
that's
he's
what
doing
they
that for
tell the
passion, bro.
VCs.
$0 a month.
But it is clear
drawing
as
his own
day
goons for
that
passion.
using AI as a
$0
part of
a
your
month, by the
workflow
way.
makes you more productive if you know what you're doing. Sorry. So that's where the
He's doing
kind
it
of
for the
comes
love
from,
of the
because
game.
I do actually have an interest in AI. I have friends who studied artificial intelligence and machine learning. I remember when it was called machine learning before it was overtaken by AI and AGI and all this bullshit, dude. Machine learning was so fucking sick, dude. When I thought that was one of the main reasons why I actually wanted to invest in neuroscience when I was still in high school. I took AP computer
If
science
Neuro-sama started
courses
in
so that I
today's
could
world,
eventually
it
go
would get
into
hate.
machine learning. And
Neuro-sama
seeing it
started in the
actually
right
happen
era.
without me being a part of it has been a point of frustration. So I am kind of passionate about it. So offer number 1 is probably like 30% passion, 70% money. Okay?
I'm assuming he didn't take this one. Okay, never mind. He took it. He definitely took it. He definitely took it. Okay. Never mind.
I said no.
Alright. When he took that deep breath, I was a little scared. I can't lie. When I took that deep breath, I thought he was taking his anime wives for 7-figure salary. I was gonna say.
Okay, that's a lie. I did say yes,
Yo!
and I did work for them,
Yo!
and I did get the bag for a couple of months,
Yo!
and then I was like, holy shit, I can't do this while I'm juggling other things, other projects. So I quit.
Wait, so you worked for a few months?
My bad. But the CEO was like,
Already?
yo, listen, man, I get it. Actually, immediately after this is when I realized I had focus issues, and that's when I started like figuring out how looking for a psychiatrist. And months later, I'm now medicated. So technically, I probably could try to do this again and balance this with everything else that I'm doing. But then I would basically be doing like that double full-time job type shit, which, you know what? Actually does sound kind of good. Maybe I should actually hit him up
Wait.
again.
No, bro
Damn, I
misses
should
his
hit him up
job. Bro
again.
misses his
Okay,
anime
maybe
wife
this-
job.
maybe-
You know what,
maybe this
bro?
comes
7
back. Okay.
figures, I'll miss it too.
With that being said, offer number 2. Los Angeles is the home of influencers. And as a result, when you go to Los Angeles and you say that you're in Los Angeles, your network expands exponentially if you are a somewhat likable person.
I live in the worst
and
location
occasionally
for an
talented.
influencer, by the way. Why the fuck was it that I spawned in
Maybe
Australia?
definitely needed, I
Why,
definitely needed
man?
Vivian's help with my wardrobe though. But what I'm trying to say is,
Why the fuck did I? Why am I here, man?
my name got around.
You telling me I have to stream
all
at
of a
3 a.m.
sudden,
every day
One of
just so
the
I can fit in with the rest of the world?
biggest
Man, come on, bro.
influence.
Move your rich ass. I'm not rich,
Someone
bro.
did-
You think I
I'll
missed?
reveal this at the end.
Look at him, bro. He just quit to get a real job. That's gonna be me in
They
2
are
years.
gaming, one of the biggest gaming channels in the world. Most of you guys have probably seen them. All right, and I was I was very thankful to basically connect with them out of sheer luck.
Maybe you could without MGC
With
and
that being
OC Cup.
said-
What do you mean without?
You know, in my resume, influencer operations is pretty much what I do for a living.
Yo,
Right?
thank you for the
Streaming is
subs.
easiest
Small
part,
Aka for the
but
prime,
the
like a
operations
lot
is
for the
what actually
prime,
matter, which is like, you
Avaz
know,
for the
everything
prime.
after a stream ends, you know? And you know, although I don't think I did a pretty good job at it, I definitely have some experience. But anyways,
Mr.
I got an
Beast.
offer from one of the biggest influencers in the world.
MrBeast. Wait,
Some people have been guessing them.
wait. I think I know who it is.
Any
Who was
last-
that one
any
guy?
last guesses?
Asmongold. Wait, hold up. It was the guy who got kicked out of OTK.
5 more
Not
seconds.
Tectone. Not Tectone. Not Mizkif. No, not those. Oh my god. Wait.
5, 4, 3.
Alright.
2.
MrBeast.
What? No, I'm just kidding. Some people in this chat did guess correctly, and I will reveal it soon because
MrBeast.
we do think this is cool as fuck.
MrBeast. He already admitted it. It's MrBeast. He already admitted it. It's MrBeast.
This is most likely the easiest to transition into because I am a gaming influencer. And listen, I don't know about you guys, but the best people that I've ever worked with in my career as a content creator have been former content creators who had the initiative to make their own videos, who ended up realizing, I don't really want to be the face on camera, and then ended up working behind the scenes.
It's
I'm
just MrBeast,
really
man.
good at this. I'm really, really good at this. So in terms of like passion, it's checking boxes. You know what I'm saying? That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. The games that they feature, I give a shit about. And so this offer
Can
is
he
so
ask
awesome.
MrBeast if he's played OSU before? I'm
But again,
curious.
It's not just passion, it's also money. They were offering me more than I was making as BTMC, but obviously not as much as
Yeah, that's fair.
the AI started. I think it's I think I underestimated it. This shit was not $3 signs, bro. This shit was straight up. It's actually fucking
Yo,
crazy.
bro
to
is
me, dude.
matching
You
up the
think that, like,
puzzle right now.
The world
What the
is
f- is
hurting
going
and that,
on?
like, holy f, like
You
no
didn't
one
need
has
to-
money.
just-
Dude,
everyone-
these guys were paying me stupid money, bro. $4 sign. Holy shit, dude. This shit is crazy, man. Anyways, if the AI startup was like $4 signs, this was $2 signs. It is the easiest thing for me to transition into because, you know, I'm a gaming creator. I know. This is my bread and butter. But here's the shtick. The shtick was that
Bro, this.
it's not really a shtick.
Why is all the pressure on me now, bro?
All right, let's just call it the catch.
There's no way I can be as passionate as this guy. This guy has done so much for us.
The catch with offer number 2 is that,
bro,
like I asked,
how am I gonna replace
My
this
first
guy?
employee
This guy's too
my
good,
first
bro.
in-per-
This guy did too much for the community, bro.
I would have to uproot my...
I need Hugo Frost to
Life.
return because I don't like the fact that I have to do this. Come on, man. Hugo
I would
Frost.
have
you
to
know, I'll do
experience
content,
what
but I don't
I
want to be the face.
put-
I don't want all the marbles on me.
my
I can't have
employee
that.
and my contractor
Come on,
that
man.
that
Hugo,
put their trust in
Hugo,
me.
let's collab,
that
bro.
I ultimately
Please,
failed
Hugo, collab
upon
right
them.
now. This is the
I would-
2026
I'm
return.
basically following them.
The sequel.
Now, the reason why it's not really a catch is because I want to do this. Like, I'd like to think that I kind of know what I'm doing right now.
Wait, is Ed still coming to
Button
Vegas
press.
Expo? I'm getting bird. No one saw my message. I'm getting bird.
Image.
He's never gonna see my message. I'm getting bird. GG. It's okay. He's talking about his job
Button
opportunities
on
anyway. Yo, ZOINK, what's up, bro? Yo, ZOINK,
Sorry, I'm
you're
having so much
watching
fun
the
with this.
downfall of OSU right
It's
now.
supposed to be serious.
Our biggest creator just quit for a job. Yo,
bad.
ZOINK, I'm moving to GD, bro. It's time, bro. It's time, man. It's time, bro.
I would have to uproot my life, which on one hand actually isn't really a bad thing. I've been an influencer since I was 18 years old.
Hey, listen, ZOINK, we collab. You hop on OSU.
Holy f-
You helped me revive this game.
I've been making
Come on,
content
man.
for
Let's go, bro. Let's go fast.
13 years.
Let's go fast.
Oh my god. Okay, it just clicked.
Let's
I knew I
collab,
passed the 10-year
bro,
mark, but it hasn't
please,
really settled
please,
in. I
bro.
think it's starting to settle in
Please,
now.
bro.
God damn. I could say I
Osu's
have
on his
10 years
last
of
legs.
experience.
Bro, GD, Osu has Osu at its
No,
peak
I
at least had a
was
half
born
of what
in
GD has right
2000,
now in the
2026,
concurrent
and I
place.
create-
Now
I
we're
made
at
my
a
first video
staggering
when I was
10,000 people per day, bro. Can I send my brother in? Your brother peaked 5 digit? Wait, actually? Wait, that's cool as fuck. Damn.
No, it was DX Tory. Yeah, I used
Wait,
DX
W
Tory.
ZOINK brother,
bro.
bro.
Using DX Story to record videos and then edit in Windows Movie Maker. With that being said, I'll have to uproot my
Bro,
life.
on Mania or
This
standard?
isn't necessarily a bad thing because even though I have 10 plus years of experience, this is me largely learning.
Standard? Damn,
on
that's actually impressive.
my
I didn't know that.
own. If someone f***ing told me that events were goddamn stupid, I never would have made the roundtable. If someone that I respected, that is knowledgeable, that is smarter than me, just came in and was like, "Oh, Ed, you want to do an event? Okay. How do you plan to make money?" I don't really have a plan. We'll figure it out.
Wait,
Stop.
ZOINK,
You're
you've never
fucking
played OSU,
stupid.
right?
There's liability issues, legal issues. What if children appear and
my
they
God,
get
why is my
and they
shit bugged?
sprain their ankle? We'll get
going on?
sued to oblivion.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I know that now.
Okay, whatever, man. I guess we're stuck on the screen.
Never would have done the fucking
I
roundtable
played it 2 times
invitational
ever, like 4 years ago. Wait, what's your
if I had
account?
knew all that.
Wait, what's your
But-
OSU account?
I made the mistake.
What's the name of your account? I'm actually
learned
curious
from it.
now. I have.
And it's from making
I know
mistakes
Doggy
like
and Trick
that
have played OSU.
where I got my experience to this.
Wait. Do you guys
The way
know?
that I like to
Do
see
you guys
it
want to know
is that
crazy lore?
instead of paying
Chris Bumstead, the bodybuilder, has played OSU.
going to a private school
Bro,
and like
can I get off
you know,
theater mode?
learning from a professor and taking exams, I spent $200,000 years.
No, I'm being so
and figuring out
serious.
Some of it.
There's a
hard.
screenshot of him saying he had a tablet for OSU back like, and he used to play like 10 years ago, back during the Crookies era.
But
Bro, I'm being so serious. There's a screenshot of him saying that on Discord.
influencers in the world.
I'm being so serious.
I
That's actually crazy lore. That's W lore. I have no idea. I've been too long, man.
all the knowledge that I've
Wait, Zoink, would you
Built
collab
up.
if I played Jump Dash instead?
is
Bro,
largely
what would I even do
from
on GD?
public sources.
I guess it's
I
better
watch,
because
Influencer interviews, obviously,
I
like
have
the MrBeast
experience in
interviews,
GD.
the what's it called, the Mark Rober interviews, the anything on Colin and Samir on that channel.
can you play
I watch.
Valve the
John,
tablet?
you-
I can't. I know Carrie. I know someone else is on there. Carrie. That's
I don't know
good.
how to pronounce his last name, nor do I
That's
remember
good.
what the last name is.
There's so much
I
GD
know his
content.
first
Yeah,
name
there's
is
too much
John,
GD
you know,
content, bro.
Incredible
much, bro.
interviews.
OSU got
This
nothing.
shit that he did of the behind the scenes of Beast Game Season 2, incredible. I look up to MrBeast actually a lot because I see him as like pioneering what's possible. Literally pioneering the
Why
what is
isn't there an
humanly possible
8,000
for
polling rate
a
tablet?
YouTuber, and I think that's really cool.
Because
the more success
OSU
that
isn't profitable
MrBeast is
enough for
able
that.
to acquire.
I mean, like,
the more
300 hertz
legitimacy
tablet
it
is like more than
shows
enough. Like
on
I have a 300 hertz
influencers.
tablet, and it's like good enough for me. Dude,
Isn't
I would do
a
GD
bad
content, but I also
It
want
can be a good
OSU
thing
to
because
strive.
get
I need to
learn
find a
from the best. I
way.
get to immerse myself
to,
in the
like-
best. This essentially is a free
Now that
college
all the
course
marbles are in me to run OSU, I need to like.
being
I'm gonna
a
try and
content
merge
creator.
OSU and GD together in a content, but
then,
I gotta learn
once
how
I
to do it
extract that
right. I
information,
can't
I
fuck
put
this
this.
up. Emmerich, I'm watching the ads for you because you deserve love and support from the OSU and I guess GD community. Yo, W ZOINK, bro. W
Imagine
ZOINK. W
Figure it out
ZOINK.
this way. If I
W ZOINK, bro.
take this offer,
Wait, so he
I
might
would
be gone for 2
build up
years. Wait,
the-
guys, this is actually
the
bad.
real connections with the backbone of what
he
makes
took this
the
offer.
influencer landscape tick. And
Okay.
then I
But
have
it wouldn't
at
make
any point
sense
in
for
time,
him to put the
because
offer
it's a
last.
thing,
Like it has to be
absolutely.
last.
I could come back to OSU with that knowledge.
So did he take this? Is he working for MrBeast?
This offer
Okay, so
is the one
Zoink,
that I
quick,
Wait
like
the most
what's it called? TLDR. The biggest OC creator, BTMC. He's after 10 years of content creation, he did his announcement stream. He's quitting.
And
He's
I'm
about to be
sure
gone
You guys would also
now, and he's getting a job,
think
right?
about this a lot.
Now he's talking about his offers.
You also had an offer from
He might be working for MrBeast, and he might be quitting for good, bro. Is it over?
Beast.
It's fucking over, bro. And there it is. There's no way he didn't take this. There's no way he didn't take this, bro. This is like if EVW quit. This is like if EVW was your only, basically one of the.
but I said no.
What?
I spent months thinking about that offer. But I said no.
He rejected an offer from MrBeast?
MrBeast offered me a job, and I said no. Someone clip that. Someone clip that.
Yo, what?
It's actually really simple. I'm not going to try to make it what it is, or try to make it like exaggerated or anything. Like, it is what it is. Ain't no way Vivian wants to live in North Carolina.
Oh.
There is nothing in North
He
Carolina.
had to live in North Carolina.
Nothing. I actually did go over
You know
there
what,
and
bro?
like
White
and like
flowy happy.
you know do a interview.
Whatever,
if you
bro.
will.
Tadanashi
They
with
took
the
me
19
to,
months.
one
Evo,
of
they
the
with
only
the gift
Asian
sub
spots there.
attackers
It's
with
like
the
this,
50
this
months.
Korean
Avaz
barbecue
with the
place.
prime.
It's all right. They have a
But yeah,
they have a
this is probably
Walmart,
one of
you
the
know? They
biggest
have a Walmart
days in
Supercenter,
OSU history.
You know,
If not, probably the biggest day.
but
Honestly.
as much as I
This is probably
would like
one
to
of the most
go there,
heartbreaking-
because I don't give a shit. I love Walmart.
and
Okay, that'll probably get me
biggest
canceled
shifts
when the
that we
CEO,
will have to adjust
like,
to,
lays off, like,
unfortunately.
50 million jobs
and
again.
now
But,
it's
like,
all on
listen,
me.
Walmart is okay, I guess.
Because there's
I have a
no other
Walmart
bigger
Plus
creator
membership because I got it for free
than
with my
me
credit card.
in this community
Like,
right now.
listen.
That's how dead the community is with content. There's no,
Well, like,
there's
listen,
not much
okay?
OSU content.
Vivian,
and I need
who
to step it
is
up.
a competent person, who did go to college, who did earn her degree and stuff,
That's like when are me and you verifying
isn't
grief?
making that money to live in
Me,
North
you, and
Carolina.
Doggy verifying grief, bro. We verified that shit.
Vivian wants to live in either
Very fast. Use this question
New York
this week
City?
again. Yo,
or LA.
my fault.
That's it.
Now we, bro.
Yeah.
Unlike you, ZOINK streams every day.
situation would be
Okay,
fucking
bro, but like,
Stupid,
dude.
But I heard there's
I'm
some people
busy
who
right
really
now,
just
bro.
abuse
I'm
the
running
3
an
months,
event.
say 3 months and they
Hey,
go home.
after
and they
the
go back
Oceanic
to Japan
Cup,
for 3 months. And
I'll be streaming more often.
it's not Tokyo. Tokyo.
Why do you say Tokyo like that, bro?
New York City, Tokyo,
Bro,
or Los Angeles.
it's not an anime, man.
Which is understandable, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, she worked hard to be a functioning member of society with all the degrees and accolades and whatever, you know? But I completely understand. Like, this conversation
This is
pretty much boils
low-key
down
fair.
to,
I wouldn't live in North Carolina either.
Do I wanna
Even though I still live in the middle of
prioritize-
no. You know what, bro? Fuck. Bro. I'll do anything to be in America. Fuck ass
prioritize
Australia,
career?
bro. Why am I here, man? I live in fucking an island far away from everywhere. What is this location, man?
we've been together for 4 years now. And I don't intend to pursue anyone else.
Be careful
one
what
day
you
I would like
wish
to
for,
have
bro. I would
a
move to North
solidified-
Carolina to work for MrBeast. That's like that makes your life, man. The connections you and the networks, the networking that you get.
At the end
I
of the day,
wouldn't
I just
live
think-
in America with nothing, but I
I
would
need to
move
stay in
it
Los
to America
Angeles
for a job
or
at
New York.
MrBeast. You wanna live with me?
Also, this offer isn't exactly like,
Hey,
like I said,
man.
they could rescind it, but like,
Well, I would live with you,
know,
but
what matters more is
but
the
with
connections,
one
right?
with
I know many
one
people at the
twist.
Beast team. Fingers
I'm
crossed they stay
every
there.
time I go in your
So,
room or
if
every time
something were to
I
happen,
need something from you, I'm always knocking the
I'm
door.
sure
Cause ain't no
offer
way
will
I'm
still
risking
go.
going in without
Or at
knocking,
least
bro.
there will be some sort of position that I can fill if all else goes wrong. Very thankful to the MrBeast team. I've watched Jimmy grow his channel ever since, I think it was the homeless video where he like just gave 10 grand to a homeless guy. And then I saw that he was doing nothing for like a billion hours or like cutting a fucking
I'm in
tree
America
half.
now. I
Like,
want
that
to
was
move
one
to
of the things
Australia.
that
Look,
I remember.
I wouldn't want to
And it
move
actually
to
kinda
America
pains
with
me.
nothing.
I know,
I
like,
just
he's
said
a
I would
controversial figure
move
now,
to
but it
America
actually
for a
pains
job
me
at
because I've seen
MrBeast,
this
and I
dude,
think that's fair.
like give back or prioritize philanthropy.
I think that's so fair, bro.
It goes to one of those things. Like, why did he give 10 grand to a homeless dude? Everyone
What are you
sees
scared of? I'm
he
chill with
did
my
it because he
roommate
knows he wants to
gooning,
get-
bro.
But have
Hey,
you ever
you do
thought
what
that
you
maybe
want,
he
man.
also
You
has
do
a
what you
certain
want, bro. I wouldn't
passion
question it, bro.
that,
I
like,
wouldn't question
hey,
it. You
I
can
can be
you do you, bro.
philanthropic
I don't judge.
and also make a
You do
banger.
you, bro. You do you,
And
bro.
so,
I wouldn't judge, man. You do
What's
you.
incredible is that, again, I'm not sure if I'm even allowed to talk about this, but you see that in North Carolina. He has the fact that he didn't move to Los Angeles or Texas or one of these highly tax advantaged states, and he set up his company bringing jobs to North Carolina, his hometown city, and he's also doing like the biggest criticism I see about MrBeast philanthropy is that, oh, why are you making a video about it? If you truly cared, you wouldn't show it. And the thing is,
Yo, I gotta get
don't know.
TCD on Osu, bro.
TCD.
I gotta get TCD on
The stuff that he
Osu.
shows on camera.
Bro, why was
because
ZOINK
it's a
in my... Bro,
sponsorship,
Connix
it's a
straight up earlier as
transaction.
well, when I was playing
The
Osu.
sponsorship pays.
Bro,
for the
Connix straight up too.
philanthropic
I
stuff
gotta get
in that
fucking
video.
these
But there are
GD YouTubers on
many,
Osu, bro. The big
many,
Connix,
many,
man.
many projects.
That guy's never
Many
seen Osu in his
full-time
life, and he showed up for an Osu
employees
stream. That's
that are working
crazy.
on philanthropic things.
You gotta get TCD on
directed
Osu.
by Jimmy
I mean,
himself.
bro, I can tell him, I can ask him right now. But I need an idea first. Actually, who's played Osu from TCD? I know Denny,
Because, like,
Trick,
if
and
I'm
Doggy.
going to-
Diamond plays Mania,
If I like, in order for this channel to be successful,
and maybe
I need to double
Curse.
down.
I think maybe Curse.
I
I wouldn't
need
be
to-
surprised if Curse has played it.
You know,
I think it's just Connix.
prioritize money, prioritize.
Bro, all of them play Osu.
systems.
Bro, I can ask them right now.
Uh,
What?
Understand that
Bro.
like
That's easy.
paying more than the market value is
Hold
kind of
up.
dumb. Even though I want to do it, but I need to
Yo, what's up,
make sure that
Toph?
I feed myself first before I try to feed someone else. Because the alternative is where we are now, where the channel implodes and no one has a job. So I sympathize with Jimmy a lot, actually. I do think he cares.
Osu versus TCD.
Part of that is because maybe it's the parasocialness of watching.
What
his
would I
channel
do?
grow
Like
to where it is today,
1v6
but also with the
TCD?
team.
On
Every single
Osu?
person that I've talked
I feel like
to,
if there was an Osu video,
about
it would
the
have to be
mission,
like 3 members. It can't be all 6.
championing
That wouldn't make any sense. What would you do with
And
6
I think that's
players?
I get
6
it.
players who are new players.
But-
Like they're not pros or anything in Osu. They played the game a few
So-
times. That's it. How would I make that work? Right?
Offer number 2 from MrBeast is gone. Offer number 1 from the AI startup is gone.
I think I have to be 3 people, and it would be
So
like
here
I make
comes-
a level. I make the top 10.
call it-
Okay, listen.
well,
I actually had
yeah.
this GD. I actually had this idea today that I pitched to Swyborg today. I had an idea. It was I mapped the top 10 in GD in Osu and made this ex GD player play it. I mapped the top 10 GD songs in Osu. And I'm gonna unmute the stream.
Genuinely is a new chapter.
Okay, this is genuinely a new
Oh
chapter.
shit! Wait, sorry, I keep edging. Where'd it go? God damn.
Why are people saying OnlyFans in the chat, bro?
MrBeast is like 50% money, 50% passion. You know what I'm saying? Because like, yeah, I am passionate. I like the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be cool. But yeah, it would be a 50-50. All right.
Wait, this was the accepted offer? He said that this
Offer
is
that
the
I
accepted offer?
accepted.
Oh shit.
So Vivian, check. No worries. All right. Family comes first. That's what they say, right? It is with an influencer, actually.
Nails.
It is with an influencer. It is for a person that maybe some people here know about. It's definitely not the biggest in the world.
I think I know. I have a feeling about this.
I think if I were like, I'll reveal the name at the end, but it's kind of like
I have a feeling about what he's gonna say.
it's not gonna like turn heads. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. It's not gonna turn fucking heads. I actually feel kind of bad. The offer that I accepted is based in Los Angeles. They are an influencer, just not that big.
Never mind. I think I'm tweaking. I'm just tweaking. Bro, now we just saying anything, bro. We did not say anything,
But
bro.
honestly, I see it actually really similar to like the startup. Like it's kind of like a startup. It's a startup environment where like there's not really much that I can really like learn.
Wait. He's working
from
for.
this position. But what I really care about is the vision of this creator. This vision.
Okay.
Yeah. The vision for this creator, I really sympathize with, or I really respect, and I really like it. And like, it's the type of shit that's like, if I had to choose, which I have to choose because money has to be a part of the of the equation. The vision is there.
The thing with Trick, when I tried to be
And although
MC in under 10 minutes before we could beat Sun Club Step in
the money, let's just talk about the money. The money,
relative AC, so it can be...
it's not really that good.
I can see the vision with that.
Money.
But
The
you
money's not
have
really
to
that
plan
good.
it very carefully
It's
because
essentially what I'm
OSU
making right now.
is not very predictable game.
equivalent
If
of what
there's
I'm
if
making
they're not
right now,
skilled
which
enough, they're simply
out
not
of the
skilled enough.
detail,
You don't
I'm
get
probably
like
not making
skill.
that
You don't
much
get like
money.
skill
I
boost
actually
like
haven't checked.
GD does.
Some things never change.
It takes time.
Actually, my accountant hit me up.
So
and was like,
you'd
"Yo,
have to
bro,
plan.
taxes due." And I'm
You have to
like,
plan
"Okay."
it.
I have a
very
separate
carefully.
checking account that every time my paychecks come into that
So,
checking account, I allocate.
If Trick was good
only,
enough to beat
I think
a
it's like
6-star,
70%
aka FC
into my
is
spending
a 6-star,
account. So now I
at the
do
same
have taxes
time,
saved up. Yes.
I get
True,
5
no,
1Ks.
Anyways,
I can
the
see
money
that work.
is not really that big. But what
But the
is big-
video also wouldn't be very
and
long
this is the thing that I feel like most people
because
don't
I can
really
easily get
recognize,
5 1Ks.
is that there's another part that
So it would have to be like
depending on the
multiple like things, I guess.
may be worth more than money. This influencer offered me equity. Meaning that if this influencer actually blows up, becomes famous, I will have a direct share of the money that this creator is making. And so it's really just a matter of, do I believe that this creator can make it? Yeah, they're kind of small right now,
John Poehler.
but if I can build up this
John Poehler.
influencer
John Poehler.
and work with
John
this
Poehler.
influencer
John Poehler.
to one day turn them into one of the biggest channels. Okay, maybe not on YouTube. I don't know about that. I might have to bring in some extra help for that. But like, you get what I'm trying to say. If I can build up this channel, I will actually get a pretty sizable
me and him are
pie
trying to
of
get
it, and I
Kaisenat
think
famous,
equity
bro.
is the
Me and him are
most,
trying to get Kaisenat famous.
like,
Kaisenat,
underrated thing.
he kind of
You know how,
down
like,
low
people
right now,
say,
but like we gotta we trying to bring him famous, bro.
Oh yeah, did you see the Epstein
what?
person who was called before Congress, and they're talking about the Dow
Why
Jones,
we're talking about
the
Epstein?
S&P 500, a billion points or
What?
some shit. Yeah, this person's supposed to be like investigating the Epstein files, and they're talking about the stock instead. Let's be real. All the people who are rich have
What?
equity, and so being offered equity in this person's
We were just talking about
startup
equity. Why are we talking about
influencer
the
thing?
Epstein files, bro?
Well, if they crash and burn, then like, I mean, I'll just go back and basically accept like, I'll probably have to take the startup because like, listen, bro, like, LA doesn't pay itself. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, it has the highest potential, and I know you guys are sick of that goddamn word, but it has the highest potential because it's so cool, dude, and I can't wait to share more about it. It's also part of the reason why I'm live right now. You know, I could have just moved on with my life and just not told you guys shit, but like, I want you guys to be a part of this next step because I think this is genuinely f***ing cool. So if we were to map this out, this is like currently right now 90% passion, 10% money. Honestly, there's a real chance that I look back on this moment right here and say, you f***ing idiot, take the goddamn money. The bubble's going to burst in like 3 months. Finesse these f***ing AI noobs.
Bro, I
Chat,
like
remember the one time I got canceled for like retweeting a vibe code platform? Bro, they paid me so much money. So much money. For a retweet! These dumbasses! Okay, it actually was detrimental
Wait.
to my mental health though. Like, people actually flamed the shit out of me. People who I thought were my genuine friends ended up making videos like BTMC. It was actually kind of fucked up.
Did I
But
do
I
that,
did get
guys?
the bag.
Did I do that? I don't think I did.
How much?
I didn't think I did that.
Listen, bro, they offered me $4 signs per
No,
month.
I don't think so. I don't
Okay.
remember. I don't recall.
With that being said,
I probably made jokes. Yeah, I would make jokes about it, but I wouldn't flame the out of him.
they're based in Los Angeles. I really like the vision.
I probably wouldn't like. Yeah, you probably
This
shouldn't have
only
done
makes
that.
sense
But I
if-
wouldn't shit on him. I wouldn't say BTMC. Who did that? What?
within the next couple
Hey,
of years.
if I did, okay, I don't think I would have.
This influencer blows up.
I don't
If
think
this
I would say
influencer
all
does
that
not
just
blow
because he
up,
retweeted
then
something.
it was just. I'll look back on this moment as a risk that I took that ultimately didn't pay out. And
No
then
way.
my fallback would essentially be one of the offers that I had before. So my goal is 1 to 2 years of working here that it would still be 90% passion, assuming that the CEO isn't a dumbass, and that the money becomes $4 signs. Actually, no. Let's use the startup mentality. We're 10xing this shit. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
7, 6, 7.
10x
Yeah, I
mentality,
didn't
baby.
do that on purpose, guys. I didn't do that on purpose.
Because that is what it is. That's literally what it is at the end of the day. Now, Here's the thing, chat.
Why am I in this position right now?
And the reason why I feel really bad.
Bro, why did
was
you get a
because
JOB,
I spent
man?
all the time
You, bro.
yapping.
Oh my god, I have to do shit now,
But
guys. Please support me.
I'm obviously going to reveal who this is.
The Oceanic Cup is happening this weekend.
I
The
feel bad
quarterfinals
because
is happening. Please
I wanna
support
show
some more Osu creators, man.
I want to show you who it is. They're actually here right now. They've just been waiting for me to like wrap up.
Please
my
watch. I'm losing money hosting this shit. All the money that's being donated
I
right
don't
now
need to go
goes to the
down.
prize pool and nothing to my pocket. It's not. I'm still paying all the
remember,
artists, the
they are a
GFX holders,
CEO.
the staff. Okay, not the
But,
staff. That's a lie. They're all volunteering, but I'm paying the people who
you
do the GFX and shit. I'm losing
I
money.
think both them
And
and
all the
I
money you
have a lot to
donate
work on.
goes to the players who get top 16.
Here we go.
Wait. What did he say? Wait, I wasn't listening. I'm sorry. I'm actually sorry. He's revealing who he's working for. Oh, he's in the house right now. Tuante. It's Tuante. There's no way it's Lars's. There's no way Lars's. Okay, I feel like the person who was waiting for this to end. There's no way they would fly all the way to Los Angeles to watch him.
It's me, bitch! I'm not going nowhere!
Wait. He swapped clothes so
Holy
fast.
Oh my god, I edged the out of you guys.
I stayed up till 9 a.m. for this shit. You.
Yo!
Fuck you. I cried on stream for this shit. I cried on stream for this shit.
This
I cried on stream
entire
for this
thing-
shit.
Okay, I
It's
didn't
9
actually
a.m. in the
mean to cry.
morning. I haven't
The
slept.
entire thing was scripted.
It's 9 a.m.
I am Edward Ling.
It's 9 a.m. right now. I'm 9 a.m. right now.
BTMC.
It's 9
And
a.m.
Well, I'm
in the
basically trying to illustrate. That was a
morning.
persona. BTMC is a persona, and
I watched this
I
shit
need to be
for
a fucking
3
adult.
hours.
Okay,
You piece
if
of
I
shit.
make this channel succeed,
It's 9 a.m. in the
pop
morning.
off,
My
make
sleep.
which idea, but that's the vision. I think I can balance having maximum passion, but also maximum money. Because, please, like, hopefully you guys hear, the money matters. You know what I'm saying?
I stayed up for this shit.
The money fucking matters.
I thought
But I
it was over.
This entire stream, after you guys were talking with BTMC, I hope that this illustrates to you all that
Oh shit! I spent more than I thought it
I
would be.
give a shit.
Wait, why did it send so much?
although-
Oh, I'm so sorry, Ed.
Weeks, even months,
Oh, shit.
potentially years moving forward, money's going to be a big factor as well.
It's 9 a.m. in the morning.
Pay everyone.
You fuck.
I think creatives are awesome, but I've come to the realization that at least right now, I need to make my own business work first.
You mother.
Bring on the team.
I thought he did ask on a JOB. Bro, my
This
sleep schedule was
does-
fucked.
That there's going to be some changes. Desktop been on this fucking thing the entire time? Oh wait, no, that's the wrong thing. My bad. Yeah, I tried body doubling on my second channel. It was actually pretty useful.
Yo, nah, I'm nah.
There are some things that are going to change moving forward.
This VOD is never going public.
Number one, BTMC is a persona now. There is Edward Ling, the CEO. I think that name is stupid. Like, maybe one day if I actually earn that title, that'd be cool. If I see
I'm
myself more
posting
as
my
like
recording.
a,
You, bro.
you know,
Bro's
operator.
just doing that shit to embarrass me.
Like, I don't know. It just feels so stupid to say, hey, you, it's like saying you're the #1 player in your own bedroom, right? Yeah, I'm the CEO of Beast Troll MC
What-
Entertainment.
is that a
It feels
stray?
stupid, you know? But like, the
What?
position that I need to adopt is that of a CEO, which is my focus is on the vision for the company.
No, I'm
and
actually so
then
embarrassed now.
executing
Man,
on
I don't want to. I don't want
executive
that
officer, chief
shit.
executive.
Bro, please don't
officer.
post
I
that
need
shit
to
of me crying, bro. I'm actually
execute
not
on
posting
the
this VOD.
vision
That's actually so
to make that
embarrassing.
happen.
To be fair, I'm super tired and it's 7 a.m.
Now making it official.
at that time. Bro,
BTMC,
no, man. It's fine.
It's
I
a
don't want it
persona.
posted on the internet, bro.
if you can't fight it, if people are going to think that all my shit is fake anyway, I might as well just run with it, you know? And I'd like to believe that for the people who are here, you know that part of that persona is real. But if there are people who think that I'm fake anyway, just like how people think MrBeast is like a soul leeching parasite on the universe, then whatever, dude. At least in the pursuit of the vision, I can create jobs, create opportunities, and have a real influence
You know
on
what,
the
bro?
things
Fine.
and people that I care about.
How did he fake that? No,
That is
wait.
my goal.
Okay, so he's
My
just saying
goal
he's continuing content
is to
creation.
build a real business.
But his BTMC thing.
Because all the shit that you see here in my resume, if I'm being
No, I'm not saying he faked it. That was all
positions
real, 100%. But I'm saying he
these
did all that
massive
shit to
startups,
like
the biggest
while I'm trying to
channels
announce his
like
job.
MrBeast.
Was this him?
Imagine what I could do
Like being a content creator?
if I just did it myself. That's my belief.
He just scammed
Alright.
600 gift subs. Oh my god.
However,
That guy just gifted
is a
600 gift
risk.
subs just for him to say
understand that this is a
that he's
risk.
continuing.
I've made this decision as a
Bro,
as a calculated risk, knowing that right
bro
now
just
the
made like
health
5
of this channel
grand
will
off
not
of this
sustain me long
shit.
term.
Bro.
Vivian makes more money than me right now, which, you know, I love empowering women. I'm so proud of Vivian. But I also still have that competitive spirit right now where, like, I want to be a provider. And if Vivian makes more money than me, that's kind of a problem, you know? So, with that being said, I would like to increase my salary once things are better again.
Yo, why
if
am I
things
getting
ever
mentioned?
get better. But I hope
Oh, they
that
accepted my
for the
shit.
people who have watched this,
Fucking 5 minutes later.
you understand that
This guy is a terrorist.
I do care about OSU. I do care about this community. I believe in the future of OSU. That this downward OSU is dying mentality is short term, and that in the
Bro
future,
is back to being
maybe
delusional. He's gonna
with my
lose all
help.
his money again. No, I'm kidding.
it can be better. And that's the idea that I kind of want to end.
No, I do
This on.
agree. Osu dying is
I
short term,
do
and we just
believe
need
in
to
the
like
future of OSU.
we need to lock in.
I
Us OSU
think
content
that if
creators
I
need to
play
lock
my
in.
cards right, at the very least, I should be able to sustain myself. But the part that makes me feel really hesitant is that I'm still struggling to provide for a team. This is CEO Ed talking right now, not BTMC. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's have some real talk, okay? Let's talk finances. For the contractor and the employee that I let go, although it was pure incompetence on my part, they were aware of
Mother made me cry on stream.
It doesn't excuse
Watch
that it
this
was my
shit for
fault,
3
but they
hours.
were
I
aware
was
of
supposed
the
to get to
risk
bed
that
4 hours
if
ago.
it didn't
I
work
watched
out,
this shit for
they had a
3
backup plan
hours.
prepared.
I watched
This
this
is
guy
going
vent his
back.
entire life story. I was immersed on
It still
stream.
doesn't
I started
excuse
talking about
that
how I
I
thought I was gonna
failed.
lose the biggest face of my childhood,
But
my
right
teenage
now-
years, and now. And now you're telling
I
me
am
he did this
employing
shit for
a
a
person.
joke? The job shit was this him saying
Employing
he's
is They are a
f***ing doing this shit
but
again?
They might as well be
You
full,
I will never forgive you for this shit. You
because I am
I
their
hope you
primary
get cancelled in the year
This
2026.
channel is their primary
2026 is the year you get cancelled.
currently have
You
one
motherfucker.
my
No
team.
forgiveness. I don't give a.
Probably know who that person is.
I'm the face of OC now. We are
And for that
exiling you.
person,
No more.
Due to
You made me stay up 4 hours past
they
my
have no
bedtime,
other
and now I'm mad. I'm angry, bro. I'm fucking angry. I don't give a fuck about your fit, bro.
If this channel goes under, it would mean this person, who I am severely underpaying for their work and their effort that they put in, their main source of revenue is gone, and due to complicated circumstances, it's going to be really, really difficult for them to transition somewhere else. And so, I don't need this to just work for myself. I need this to work for my team.
Okay, so all that yap was just for him to say he's not quitting shit.
What I will promise
All
for
that,
today-
all that dramatic. Oh shit, I'm stupid.
Well, I will
Dramatic shit
promise
was just for him to say, "I baited you all. I'm."
that I will work my
People-
ass off to
bruh.
make it work. I actually have, like, over the last 2 weeks since I last streamed at the MCSR push-offs, right? In the time since then, I'm actually working with a former MrBeast employee. Turns out there are OSU players at Beast, and
What?
they moved to Los Angeles to work with a top 10 YouTuber in the world. And they're an
Wait.
OSU player, and they're like, "Yo, you want to grind? Let me help." We did this entire whiteboard session last night about the content flow for the channel,
Wait.
outlining the positions we need to get filled, how we can optimize for
MrBeast on
my
Osu,
time,
go fast!
which is also BTMC's
Go
time,
fast!
and to treat this like a real business. And I'm very fortunate that I currently have this person working, or essentially working for me and volunteering this clarity to me for free. He's literally like driving over to my place, taking an hour drive after he's done with work to my house. We're sitting down and just like grinding through shit. And also, in my opinion, the fact that I am medicated for ADHD also helps a lot. I think a lot. I don't want to blame my ADHD. I think that's not healthy. It is my fault for my prior failures. However, I am much more confident in my ability moving forward to achieve the goals that I set for myself, because now I feel like I've properly addressed one of the issues that I never knew that I had. And I will say, if you think you have focus issues, please go see a psychiatrist, because it took me way too long for me to even start that process. And if you live in the United States, it's going to take a long-ass time, too. So, yeah. Oh, what up, Ivan?
Oh, what? I was watching before you had a black suit on.
It's pink now. Isn't that crazy? It's like... What the fuck? Get out of my room. I'm trying to have a serious talk with my chat. Get out. Oh, can you close the door?
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
I stayed up for this shit. I stayed up to watch him lie and bait to everyone,
forgot what I was
and to
doing.
watch you dance. Are you serious?
What was I talking about?
It's 9 a.m. in the morning. It's 9 a.m. in the
Oh,
morning.
I got medicated for ADHD. Right.
I have shit to do.
Maybe I need to talk to my psychiatrist and up the dosage.
I genuinely thought this was the shift
With
of
that
my
being
career.
said, I do want to set expectations. Yes, over the next couple of months, I am going to be grinding and pouring my heart and soul into Osu. The last couple of
Yes!
weeks, I've been working with a former
Say
MrBeast,
moms! Please!
employee to basically audit my entire what is it called? Talent chart, work chart, whatever. You guys won't know who it is. If they want
Say
to introduce
wallah,
themselves,
bro.
I'm sure they'll be here. The vibe that I get is that they're one of those who prefers to work behind the scenes instead of the
Bro,
face on
dude,
camera.
calm down.
But if that
Didn't lie
changes
to
one
anyone.
day,
Didn't
you
make
best
things
believe that
up.
I will
Mother-
their name out
Look
there.
at this title. I got
With
a
that being
JOB.
said,
Let's talk the future of this
I've been
channel.
working with
He
them
cried
to
on
basically
stream.
audit
He
my
started talking about his offers. He said he got offered by
there is a
an AI
lot of
company,
work
and then his second offer, MrBeast Gaming, and you say he didn't lie about shit. Motherfucker. I stepped to 3 a.m. for this shit. I'm in 9 a.m. for this shit. I don't want you
That
to
event
say shit
is
you weren't
still
here.
happening.
I guarantee
I
it.
can't promise that
I guarantee it. But I'm happy.
At the very
I'm
least,
happy
I
that he's saying
promise that
this.
this event
I'm
is
happy that I
happening.
got to stay up to watch him say that he's
Best
staying with
believe I'm
us.
gonna make
I'm
it the
happy to
best
see that
possible
my childhood YouTuber and my idol and the person I grew up with isn't quitting.
It can be the best possible event it can be.
But you baited
So
me.
if you are interested in the Roundtable Open, attending this LAN event in Las Vegas from April 24th through 27th, buy a ticket to Level Up Expo. I wish I had like editing that could put up the thing to use code OSU Level Up 26.
You just regret being clipped? I
get
don't
a
regret
discount
being
off a
clipped.
3-day
You know what?
badge.
Me crying
make
about
no money
me crying
off of the
about
Roundtable.
being flown out.
Zero.
You know
In
what?
the
That's
years
valid,
since
bro.
the Roundtable's inception, I've been trying
You know
to
what, bro? That's valid. I was a
lower the
young
expenses
kid, man.
and try to break
And that was my
even.
first time flying out.
funding it entirely off
Flying
of myself.
outside of Australia. My first time
And
flying
as
out
a
to
result,
Australia to fly to Los
although
Angeles to
there's
meet
still
all the
a lot of
childhood
like
YouTubers I've ever met. I think anyone would ever. I think anyone would get emotional over
I
that.
feel like
BTMC was my childhood, bro, and to see him in person for the first, and he was the first OSU player I've ever met,
in person at the event,
other
or
than
help
Rairiku,
online.
but I only met him for like 2 seconds. So he was actually the first OSU player I've ever met,
Best way
and for that,
to reach out
I
to me
feel-
is by
I feel
leaving
appreciative.
Valorant. Wait, just kidding. Twitter died. Yeah, they like did like the whole like Twitter premium shit. Oh, this is awkward. Shit, join my Discord and just ping me or some shit. I don't know. Oh, what's up, Poon? How's it going?
you,
Like, join my Discord and ping me and say like, yo, I
the bros don't annoy me. You know what?
If
F
tell
you,
me what
bro.
you're good at,
I'm quitting OSU. I don't care.
I
OSU shit,
I
man.
can find a way to make something work.
I'm about to call this
Human
guy's
resource
number right
management is
now.
obviously something that I suck ass
I'm
at.
about to
So,
call this guy's number
yes.
right now.
But
and
just
tell
understand that there's a lot
and
of
tell him
things
he
that
made
I
me stay
do
up till
want to
9
make
a.m. for
happen
this shit.
that are
Do it.
primarily driven
All right.
by passion.
I don't know if he's gonna answer
and the
that.
Roundtable is 100% one of them that is primarily passion oriented. Actually, no, 100% passion oriented, 0% financially motivated. If anything, it's costing me money
Shit.
and costing me a large portion of my time to continue running.
I need to recharge my data. Fuck. man.
But I think the vision behind it,
Whoa, wait, I need to
is
recharge
worth
my
it.
data. Hold up.
because yearly OSU events, it gives us a large checkpoint, if you will, to make things happen. And my goal for the roundtable right now, well, actually, let's frame it this way. My job is an influencer. My value
Are you doing an international call? Bro,
as a creator
it'll be like a
is
dollar,
dictated
surely.
by my
It's not gonna be that
ability to
much.
influence. And right now, the Roundtable Open has a chance to be a massive point of influence on the game. Because right now, I feel like one of the biggest
WhatsApp.
struggles is
Do I
that
have him on WhatsApp, bro?
lazer is struggling with adoption. Despite the newer community, when new players first find out about OSU, they download OSU lazer, the vast majority of them. But I feel like there's a lot of people who've tried lazer years ago. It was dog shit. Tried it again
I'm calling him, bro. I don't
recently,
care.
couldn't figure out where shit is, and then think lazer's trash. If you tried and actually spent the time to try to figure out lazer recently and tried out on every single update, and you still think it's dog shit,
Where's his phone?
my bad. But I believe wholeheartedly that lazer will be the future of
Did he have his phone on silent
And-
for this?
If we cannot bridge the community to adopt lazer, that is going to be a big problem moving forward. I trust that OSU will be fine even with this split.
Isn't he recording on
It's
his
just gonna
phone?
Be sad because I
Sh-
will
oh,
create content for that
true.
future, and
I
anyone-
f***ing caught it! I said at the start
is
when
why
I
the
saw him recording
Roundtable
with his phone,
Open
I
is
said
laser
this video
exclusive.
is gonna be pranking the entire OSU community. I
you
f***ing caught it! I knew it!
prize pool,
I literally said it!
you will have to play
I literally said
on
it!
lazer.
Hello?
We have a couple other side events.
I
That is
said at the
also
start, he's
laser
making that B-roll so they can make the pranking the entire OSU community
If you
shit.
want a
I
chance
was,
at those
bro,
prizes,
bro.
you will have to play lazer.
And
my
you still
hope
fell for it? Okay, but I
hope
thought, bro, I just, oh my
is that the incentive of, oh, just try the game and like give it an honest shot. And if you do, we'll give you like a woo-ding-a-woo while supplies last.
Okay, bro, don't spam him, bro. He's gonna, bro.
Allow
Otherwise, he's gonna
people
air
to
it, bro.
at least give
This
it an
isn't the
honest
time.
shot. And so that's why I feel like the
He's just gonna
Roundtable
air
Open
it,
does have a real value to
bro.
the
He
OSU
would see
community.
one message from the Poon, but
Because
10 million messages with my name in it, he wouldn't
I
say
know
anything
MREKK is
about
calling
it.
me. I will pick up when I finish.
Oh, okay. Yeah, stop spamming him, bro. Please, bro.
Because
Stop spamming him. You're annoying him now.
it
Bro,
actually
f- off,
gives
man.
me real
Relax.
influence over
Relax,
the
bro.
game. Peppy is allocating dev hours specifically to laser specific features that we need because he knows that I'm putting all this effort in this event. And also because he's the homie, but like you get it, right? The fact that there's this massive central point that people are converging on, it gives us influence over some of the developmental features of the game. And that's why I feel like the Roundtable has to succeed. Because I think that's awesome, man.
Okay, so you're saying laser is
I think
good.
that's dope.
You know what I actually think?
So,
I think Layers is a cool
that's
client and
one of the
all,
projects.
but it doesn't give me the same feeling that Stable has, and that's something
Beyond
that Laser
that,
can't
I don't
replace.
wanna
No matter how
promise
good you can make
anything
Laser, unfortunately,
see.
that's just the truth for me. Hey, for you,
CEO,
maybe
Edward Ling
you can
makes
shift to
a return
Laser,
on this
and
stream
you know you can have a great
later.
time. That's for sure.
But
I started with Stable. I've been playing
right
Stable
now,
for
I
so
really
long,
need to
for
focus on
a
the
decade
Roundtable
now.
because there's a lot of
I
stuff that
can't,
needs to be
man.
done
It
then.
feels weird.
And part of my responsibility as Edward Ling for the Roundtable is making sure that people know about it. I am the main like marketing front for that event, and I need videos to come out promoting that event. And so, yeah, this is one of them. And yeah, April 24th to 26th. Hope to see you guys there. Check the description for more info.
you. No, did this all for YouTube video.
Everything else for channel, unfortunately, is still being figured out. I don't want to
Did
make
this
the same
all for a
mistake of
YouTube video, didn't
overpromising
you?
and then failing miserably.
All this shit for a YouTube video. All this shit made me stay up till 9 a.m. I thought
my own
I was in the
sake,
front hold.
but
I
also
thought you were
because
passing the torch. I thought you were
I don't
quitting
want
for
to take
good.
advantage
I
of
thought
the
you finally
trust
got a
that people
job. You're leaving
put
us
in.
forever.
But I hope
Now,
that the way that I scripted this stream,
and now,
that
I'm watching you.
I care about this game. I do care about this.
You're talking about haters and rage
although there are
baiters,
gonna be
but you
some
just rage
things
baited
that
me, mo. It's
need
9 a.m. in the morning.
the help of other people.
It's 9
I
a.m.
need to prioritize.
I said I was ending my stream. I was
finances
ready
for
to
my
end my
own
stream 3 hours
company,
ago.
and I can't
Until I saw I'm getting a
really offer
job
compensation
on
for
BTMC's
that.
title.
What
I was meant to
am
end the stream
asking
3 hours
is
ago.
that if you are passionate about OSU, if you do care about OSU,
you-
if you give a shit about
you-
this game and its future,
You.
let me know. I'd love to work with you. Help us
fuck,
make
sorry.
OSU great again. Yeah, that's about it. that was my presentation. Okay, now play MCSR.
Fuck you.
I'm not allowed to leak, but if you do play MCSR, you may want to pay attention to Level Up Expo. They already announced it? Oh shit! Wait, so I can talk about it. Goddamn, Oliver ignored me. Fuck me, dude.
This guy is never gonna call me back.
I hit up.
This guy is the fakest person of all time. This guy's never gonna call me back. He's gonna yap about MCSR for the next hour, and I'm just never going to bed.
Twitch work. Yes! It's finally out! Wait, they published this today? Oh my god. What the Wait, the timing actually could not be better. That's actually insane. Okay, so I hit up Oliver literally like a year ago saying, yo, dude, it would be sick to have MCSR in person and have you guys run a tournament or some shit. And they're like, that's f***ing awesome. Can you connect us? And so I've been helping them, and like, I'm not that involved, but I'm there like basically pushing with my personal level of contact, like, please make this happen. Please make this happen. Please. For reasons outside of their control, it's only announced right now. If they could announce this earlier, they definitely would. But
Bro, whatever,
they're inviting
man.
a bunch
It's okay.
of the best,
It's okay. Just don't call me back, bro. It's okay.
speedrunners to
But
Vegas.
don't spam him
and they'll
either,
be playing
'cause I don't wanna annoy
together.
him either.
I believe that's the current format. So
I don't want to
I
spam
am
and
not
annoy him,
handling
bro.
this.
He
This is
maybe he's just
official.
interested in other stuff.
this is official from the MCSR ranked.
Nah.
All
All
I
that
did was,
talk
like,
about bringing OSU back just to
go
talk about MCSR again, man.
Oh yeah, James was there in the calls with the level up staff. I begged the shit. I'm like, Alan, please. Do
Whatever,
this,
bro.
please.
Just
Please, don't let
fastest
this die,
relapse of all
please.
time.
I know-
Relapse time lapse.
I know there's
Relapse go fast.
insert thing that I shouldn't disclose. That's throwing a giant shaft up your butt. But please, make it happen. Yeah, that's about it. With that being said, I promised that I would get to all of the alerts after my spiel. I am done with my spiel.
You're no,
That's
no.
really fun. Some people
Nah,
spend
I'm gonna rage bait
a
right
lot-
now.
Oh my god, is that 250? Oh,
He's gonna be
shit.
reading these
Wait a
alerts for
second.
an hour.
So when I press the play button, it literally just starts running through the alerts. Luigi Ariel.
Dude, look at the
is it?
chat. Bro, I even told my chat not to spam, so don't blame me, okay? I didn't do anything.
It's so far down, I can't even find it.
But it's 9 a.m. in the morning. I just want.
Oh, right, MREKK. Okay, fine. After
Okay,
I
fine,
finish
bro. My
call
fault.
with-
Okay, fine, bro. I won't disturb you ever again, bro. It's okay. Chill with the ego, bro. What do you mean? Okay, fine, bro. Okay, I won't call you ever again, man.
Does anyone even know what PogU is? I still use it as like my thing to clear my DMs with someone. What's
You
good?
motherfucker! You made me stay up till 9 a.m. in the morning to
it's
watch
good.
this
Okay,
shit.
no problem.
I
It's
cried
good.
on stream. I thought you were leaving us, bro.
I can't hear him.
Oh, hello.
Wait one sec. Oh, what the hell? Why is my speaker set to PG278 QDP NVIDIA high definition?
Hello.
My speaker isn't working. Let me fix that real quick. Appreciate your patience. Wait, Rick, you there?
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
You
Chat, can
made
you
me
hear him?
stay up till 9 a.m. in the morning. You piece of shit. I thought you were leaving us, bro. You shaped my childhood, bro. I thought you were leaving OSU. You motherfucker. It's 9 a.m. in the morning. I was meant to end my stream 3 hours ago, and I thought your motherfucker got a JOB, bro. Come on now. I cried on stream, bro. I thought it was over. I've been streaming for 7 hours, bro.
One sec.
And then this motherfucker leave me, bro. I want to go to bed. Oh my god. Oh my god, bro.
Wait, did he leave? No, my f***ing content! No! Oh, wait, there you are. Ah! You f***ing idiot! You thought I was gonna leave?
is ruined. I have shit to do tomorrow. I have shit to do. And now it's 9 a.m. in the morning. You motherfucker. I have shit to do.
Hey, that means Ed did his job right. Not real shit. My water bottle just fell in the trash can. Thanks for staying up.
Thanks for ruining my sleep schedule, you piece of shit. You motherfucker. It's 9 a.m. in the morning now.
Listen. MREKK, think about it this way. If I just came back and just like started streaming as if nothing happened, that doesn't have the oomph. You know what I'm saying? The fact that it made you stay up, the fact that it made you do all this shit, it's the script writers at play. It proves that I am the puppet master of the OSU community. That I, as its influencer, will influence this game. I am in your brain.
Yo, ass is gonna do this shit and then play MCSR the next day. You motherfucker. You always do this shit. You gonna play MCSR tomorrow for 14 hours anyway, man.
If that actually happens, then like you know that I accepted one of the other job offers, like that ass.
You piece of shit.
No, I actually feel bad, dude. Like,
I better see you on OSU tomorrow, 7 hours, no more, day less, for making me stay up this late. You motherfucker. 9 to 5 OSU, no matter what. 5 days a week, 9 to 5, no more, no less.
Okay, I should probably clarify. CEO Ed. I say I'm full time, but not on stream. The stream is the worst scale of my time, the worst multiplier of my time. The best value that I have to the channel is actually planning for cool shit to happen. Like no one else could have planned this stream to happen to make this level of impact, right? So most of my time actually needs to be dedicated to planning cool shit to occur. Ideally, like financially stable shit, and then execute on that with BTMC. And so as a result, to be transparent, my stream hours are actually going to heavily decrease.
So
because most of that relies on me doing this back end work because no one else can do it. Only I can do that back end work. Only I have like the trust that, you know, people have. I'm the central hub where people go to in order to make things happen. And so I feel like it is in my best interest for the OSU community to actually play more of that role. And so actually my stream hours are actually going to be heavily cut. Likely I'm only going to be streaming unless I am specifically trying to make content for YouTube. And so we'll see. We'll see.
okay, so if your stream hours gonna heavily decrease, you wanna start streaming once per 3 months now?
I think I can promise that. I think I can promise
think?
at least once every three months. Yeah, for sure. Listen. Ideally, I disappear for like many months and then come back, and then it would have this much more impact. It was at this point where I'm like, okay, it's already been 2 weeks. Hopefully that's like long enough. 2 to 3 weeks. Like, hopefully that was like a long enough time where there was like enough radio silence, if you will. So it's something that I was trying to like juggle, you know? Longer. 3 months, I think, is enough time to cook up something.
Okay, so what are you doing in your spare time? Is it OSU related? Because
it's BTMC related, and Roundtable is a key part of BTMC. Does that make sense?
Okay, so it's BTMC related, but it's Roundtable related, which when Roundtable is an event of OSU related, and
so that counts.
Okay,
yeah.
but
The unfortunate reality is that like when I play MCSR, that is personal time, and I need to treat OSU like a job. Which of course I am passionate about it, but I need to treat it like a job where I have responsibilities. Even if I am not as passionate about it, I know I have to execute on it. Otherwise, everything implodes. And I think the frustrating part that ruined me in many previous circumstances was that I did not own up to that responsibility for whatever reasons. If I want to mature up, I need to accept that there are things that I am not very passionate about, but still need to be done. And it is the end result, the upload at the end of the day, the comments that I read at the end of the day, the reactions from you guys when you see my content at the end of the day. That's where I get the most joy. But through that process, do I like sitting down writing a script? Not really. I come up with most of my ideas like on the fly, just like, you know.
Yo, remember that content idea I pitched to you about like a few weeks ago and we never actually did it?
Yeah, kind of tough. I do remember. If you still want to do it, we can still plan for it. Just not before Roundtable Open.
Yo, we should do content at Roundtable Open since I'm coming. That's a good opportunity.
Okay, so one of my tasks is actually to create a group with you and you are not the only person that has the media badge. There are other media, OSU-related media personnel that are coming. And it's why we're trying to make a push to have that green room, specifically so we can cook at Roundtable Open.
Okay, so
Like, remember that form I had you fill out?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, that badge will get you access to places. It'll be pretty cool.
Okay, so.
But anyways,
all right.
we will cook. And ideally, if I actually do everything right, I shouldn't actually be needed at the event. Maybe to commentate a couple of the matches, but if I do everything properly, they shouldn't actually need me for the event to run. Like, that's how a company should run. The CEO should be able to step away, and the rest of the company operates like clockwork. That's if I do everything properly. I don't think we're going to get there this year. If we have another one in 2027, maybe. But it's the systems behind the scenes that need to be built, and it is my job to build those systems. And a lot of the stuff I've been working on recently is building systems, outlining exactly, hey, I need this position to be filled. This position requires you to do XYZ things, and then training you until I can trust that you are able to execute on those things reliably, and then I move on to the next. Because it's that process that I absolutely, I don't want to say hate, but it doesn't inspire me. It doesn't inspire me as much, or I'm not as passionate as like training someone in writing documents and SOPs compared to just being on stream and just making shit happen, you know? But if I want big things like the Roundtable Open and other related projects to actually succeed, I have to be the adult to communicate properly. Like, communication ends up being the root of, or the bane of all big projects, because this person didn't know they were supposed to do this thing, or this person was supposed to do this thing, but Y person forgot to tell them that this thing happened. Like, and it just becomes a clusterfuck, especially when it's IRL, because shit can change anytime. So it's hard. It's really hard.
Hey,
but,
fair enough. Hey,
with that being said, I think what I am very humbled by is the fact that you did have such a reaction to this stream. Because that tells me that you care a lot. And sometimes I feel like, because I'm so, working on I'm spending so much time working on my own stuff, it's really difficult for me to actually, recognize that the stuff that I'm doing it for the community. But oftentimes I don't think I spend enough time actually hearing and seeing just how much of an impact I actually have and am having on people. And so I'm glad that you care. I'm glad that you care about me and this channel. Assuming you care about me and this channel, because if you don't, then that'd be really awkward.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Anytime, Ed. There's some situations where you make me stay up at 9 a.m. in the morning and mess up my sleep schedule, and make me stream for 7 hours, 4 hours past my scheduled stream time to end. But stuff happens. Like that wouldn't happen again. Surely. Not surely.
Listen. All I'm trying to say is that what you're describing is what Jake does for Genshin updates, or at least used to do. He would stay up till like 4 a.m. to watch the update drop live. You know what I'm saying? So like, imagine me as like a Hoyoverse patch notes. Hype! Oh my god, guys! BTMC is about to release a new update. Let's see if he's still an Osu player. Oh my god!
Yo, speaking of Osu, when are you playing Osu again?
Actually, I'm pretty sure it's public. The last time I launched Osu was on a private server with ranked play. The beta for one of the alpha tests for ranked play.
Was that the group chat added me in the other day?
Yeah, I added you to get you in there as well. So because I really wanted your feedback as well, but then you ignored me. Willie was the only person who responded in time.
Wait, the problem was with that is that it was 6 a.m. in the morning. So
understandable.
I'm time zone gapped.
We can continue this off stream, but like it is a high priority of mine to get feedback from as many players as possible about rank play, because I really want that to happen. When rank play is what I foresee as my future within the game, because I'm not very. I don't give a shit about PP anymore, bro. I will farm it for content because there are still people who care about the number being there, and so I can imagine myself continuing to or returning to farm PP specifically for that purpose. But my passion is on ranked play and not exactly that much with performance points.
Okay. I think on some real talk, I think what the community wants has shifted. Like, okay, let's be honest. Back in like what 2019, let's be honest. PP was like everything back then. Like people cared so much about performance points, but I think what people care about now has shifted. There's still people who still care about performance points. Don't get me wrong, but I think like I don't know. I really don't know. Like I guess we just move on to other things. Like we focus on other things, like ranked play, like you said. Laser would be cool. To upgrade. So
like, I'm not disagreeing with you, but what I would instead, like, if you want true clarity, you should just ask yourself, what do you care about? If you still care about PP and you're still grinding, like, I still see you grinding for scores all the fucking time, and I see you expand into playing, like, other more unique maps, which is really awesome, and I think that's cool. I may not express that as much anymore because I haven't been live to react to the next MREKK 1000, 2800, 400, 16 bajillion DTH, DT, a hard rock play with a billion score that no one else has ever done. The rest of the leaderboard is D ranks or some shit. I haven't done that in a while, obviously, right? But like, I still browse r/osugame from time to time, and I still see like, holy shit, bro is still the GOAT. But yes, if you're asking what am I interested in, I am interested in ranked play, and that's all the confidence that's the only thing that I know of. I hope that my belief is that I am not unique. If I'm this excited about ranked play, I'm sure there are other people who see the game the same way that I do that will also be just as excited as ranked play. And so I'm just, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's do it. And like, similar, like, after playing the game for so long, do not care that much about performance points. I see flaws in the system that made me realize, like fundamentally, if you're on a leaderboard system where the rank 200 player isn't objectively better than a ranked 2000 player, what's the point of that system? You know what I'm saying? There are just too many cases like that, and I feel like ranked play isn't going to be perfect, but I guess it would be a bit better, and so that's why it has my interest. I think it's a more respectable system. Like, if I think someone is better than another person, I want them to 1v1 and prove it, you know? Not because, oh, they're better at speed and this other person is better at this, and they lose on literally anything else. Like I just think that's boring, bro. Like, if you're the GOAT of OSU, prove it.
Yeah.
Which, I think you're the GOAT of OSU. It's going to be really awkward because it's like, when it releases, I have a very large feeling that it's just going to be you having another number one. But I think it'll be a bit more exciting if the system is tuned properly. And what's great is that I have a bit of influence over that system. You know what I'm saying? So, which is why I need feedback from other people.
Right. But I think there's a flaw, but I think, okay, it's a flaw, but I don't think I don't think anything's actually gonna happen with this. Like, I do believe that the majority of top players are extremely stubborn with switching from stable to laser. I think we can both agree on that. Me included, unfortunately, because I think me personally, with stable and laser, I've been playing on stable for 10 years. You've been playing for even longer, right? Unfortunately, laser just doesn't give me the same spark that stable does, and there's nothing that laser can change about that. And unfortunately, if ranked play is only on laser, then I would assume that the most top players probably wouldn't even want to try it. And that's a pretty major flaw. But I do understand the reasoning behind it. You guys want ranked play to only be on laser so that more people can try laser, right?
No, ranked play literally can't exist on stable because the complexity to integrate it into stable is such a higher. Like, it's not like it's a system dot like import ranked play and that's it. You have to build the entire infrastructure, like the UI, the matchmaking system, the elo system. Like, everything has to be built up, and that is so much more difficult on stable. Which is why that was the original reason for laser. Laser originally started as like a graphical reskin for stable, so it was supposed to be a stable update. But then they realized they can't do the cool graphical reskins without doing a scuffed, hacky my interpretation is a scuffed, hacky way to get the animations that they want in, and they realize, it, let's just redo it from the ground up with the highest quality code possible, and make it clear that, and open source, so that if anyone wants to contribute and they want to do something, make their own features, all the code is right there, and you can do it. Like last year at Roundtable Open, we had James create a custom fork, I think it was a proper fork, of the lazer client, so that it will time out and reset itself every, like, let's say 30 minutes. Because I don't know about you, but if you were brand new to OSU and you sit down to play the game and you see a skin of some girl with her tits out, and the default keybinds are no longer Z and X, even though the game tells you it's Z and X, and that you're trying to click the circles with your mouse, but the mouse buttons are disabled, that's a pretty terrible experience. And that's not, there's no reset like that built into lazer. Good luck trying to make that unstable. And so, like, the reason why why I truly believe lazer is the future is because OSU is built on a foundation of empowering the community to create their own content. And with lazer, you will be able to develop new features for the game and make it happen. And I think that is so awesome. You can create your own game mode on the OSU framework. That's crazy. OSU framework is open source. Like, you can just fork OSU framework and build a brand new rhythm game off of OSU framework. Like, that's crazy, right? So it's the foundation that matters, and stable is like a rough foundation. It's like trying to build a house on like a cliff. Like, at any point in time, you get an earthquake, that shit shatters, you know, and that would be your game crashes, your game is stuttering, your graphics drivers aren't supported, whatever. Like, it's the infrastructure that matters, and lazer has much better infrastructure for the future. And that's also why I believe, and really my thing with Roundtable Open is because if I like, OSU will continue on and grow with lazer, and the reality is anyone who doesn't adopt it will just get left behind. There will be the person who's like who's playing the older versions of Minecraft, and that community will eventually disappear. There's still people playing on 1.7 or 1.8 because it is the ideal Minecraft version for PvP, but that player base has only gotten smaller over time. And so if you're still passionate about it, great, that's awesome. But the new generation of Minecraft are on the latest versions, or are closer to the latest versions. And so it's just, there's just a fork in the road. Eventually, people who are hell-bent on stable will continue playing and only, you know, play for that dwindling community because people's interests naturally evolve. And we already see that the newer players who are coming in choose lazer. They don't even know that stable exists. They see, like, oh, there's two buttons. Let me just click the lazer button because it's their current version of the game. Why would they want to click on an old version? Of course, that's where you could be the change. If you are hell-bound on, if you really believe in stable and do not want anything else, be a stable content creator. Lazer, like, make content for stable, and to make sure that the next generation sees that stable is an option. Peppy already said or made the promise that he will continue to support stable, or make it functional, keep it running as long as there's a single player for it. So I think it's stupid, but you know what? That's my dev.
I mean, like, okay, I can't lie. Over the past like couple months or so, ever since lazer became the default option for new players, like you said, like, I've always had like some weird pressure to switch to lazer because I feel like content-wise, I feel like I'd have to adapt kind of in a way for the newer players for them to feel like, what's it called? What's the word? Relatable or some way. Because I don't think lazer is a bad client. I think it's an awesome client. I think it has awesome features. I think it looks cool. I think it has I think it has a better feature than stable because obviously stable is probably coded like shit. I mean, it was coded back in 2008 and it's feature locked. But I do agree with you on that sense. But I don't know how to explain it. Maybe I just need to get used to it. But I just don't feel that sort of spark. And I don't know. But I do agree. I think the older generation will eventually grow out. I do think the majority of players eventually, in probably a few years' time, I don't know if it's already shifted to a majority of player base on lazer. Has it already shifted?
I think it's like 60-40 in favor of stable right now, something like that.
Oh, okay. So it's probably gonna shift in like a year or a few months.
We'll see.
Damn.
All I'm saying is that, like, I'm not here to pressure you. But I'm hosting an event that I have control over, and I want this event to be laser exclusive.
Oh yeah, I saw
And
that.
if you want a share of that prize pool, the $10,000 prize pool, or if you want to learn about OSU and am I revealing too much already? Well, Rooting has provided us a bunch of prizes, and so like if you want a $60 keypad, it's time to learn laser.
Only a
Like,
$60 keypad?
let me explain to you a little bit about laser, and then while supplies last, you might have a keypad waiting for you. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm not trying to get you to do anything, but I'm setting up incentives so if you do it yourself, there's a reward for it. And that's what I feel like is a pretty good way to have an influence on what hopefully will be primarily the target audience being players who are unstable, because you yourself are currently unstable, trying out the game, seeing a bunch of the cool stuff, and then that's it. And then making a decision for yourself. Even if it's like again, like it's whatever. We are in a transitionary period. Right? And whatever happens moving forward is cool. But you know what I'm going to do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make laser, like stable doesn't even exist for me anymore. It's not even installed on my PC. It's just laser. Like laser is OSU. That's it. That's me.
Top shit. There's also a big thing for top players, at least. OSU World Cup is still unstable. And a lot of top players will always be stubborn about that. And the biggest creators who are top players will always be stubborn about that. OSU World Cup being held unstable. And I think that's a pretty big shift. Like you have content creators like Zudinator who are still unstable. And then probably never going to switch to laser until OSU World Cup fully switches to stable, if that makes any sense.
So that's a lever of influence. The World Cup team has a large amount of influence, and whoever controls the World Cup, they have that level of influence. And I have a level of influence with the Roundtable Open. Like, if you want to participate in my event, it's on laser now.
Fair enough.
That's it.
Fair enough.
You guys have the ability to choose. It's whatever, you know? Like, I'm not too worried. But as a person who's been a part of this game for years and seeing just a fraction of what the potential of laser can be, I'm very excited and also very confident that it is worth investing my long-term career in. Like, it doesn't make financial sense for me to continue streaming OSU if I don't believe that laser will one day be the primary client that everyone goes to, and that we can make it can be the default form of discussion, you know? Like stable will be treated like one of those old ancient clients, stable clients of back in the day. You know those OSU videos trying every release of OSU ever.
Oh yeah.
From 2007 to 2000 to present. You know what I'm saying?
Stable is gonna be
Anyways.
part of that old shit in 5 years, bro. Oh my god.
All right, anyways, you should probably get to bed.
Yeah.
I should probably get going. There's people who I feel bad that there are people who spent a lot of money that I haven't acknowledged their existence. Because if I spent $250 for a anime girl to pop up, only for it not to pop up and not have any acknowledgement, I'd feel pretty bad. So, let's keep talking. Yeah, if you still want to make content, let me know. If you anytime someone wants to plan content with me, just literally give me a time and date. I will try to make time for it. That's why in this period of inactivity for myself, there's still that interview that Stu had, right? Given that did get delayed 3 months or some shit. But use me as a resource, man. If you need me for a video, hit me up, bro.
I bet. I'll see you in Vegas.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Oh wait, damn it. That means you've already leaked that you're coming. Fuck.
Yeah, I already said it, bro.
Oh, all right.
Wait.
Whatever.
Wait, was this the mystery person you were talking about, or is this someone else? Or can you not
Well,
leak?
you're definitely one of them. Okay, I'll do remind me to DM you the list of people that I know are confirmed, like creators that are confirmed coming out. All right.
All right, bet. I'll remind you when I wake up.
Sounds good.
All right. Yeah, have
All
a
right.
fun rest of your stream, and yeah, I'm always here. I'm always here for you, bro. I'm happy. You know,
right.
getting a JV.
I mean,
For now.
again, let's
For
set
now.
expectations. If my income doesn't increase within the next at least 1 to 2 months, through me full steam ahead, prioritizing OSU, not thinking about MrBeast, not thinking about AI startups, not thinking about any of this, 100% of my mental is on OSU for the next month. If I don't see revenue sizably increase from my own actions, then I'm gonna have to reassess. Listen, maybe the finances didn't work out, and maybe this isn't worth it. So
fair enough.
it all depends. That's outside my control. What I am confident in is that over the past 2 to 3 years, I've been working on OSU with a fraction of my capacity, if you will, and that if I actually accept the responsibility to be the influencer that I know I can be, then I think I can turn things around. You know, like from an outside perspective, like, oh, BTMC, their revenue has gone down over the last couple of years. Why the hell would you want to work for that? Well, I think I can turn it around, and that's it. It's a risk, but yeah. Ultimately, like, if it doesn't work out, it is what it is. This will just be another blip, and then, yeah, that's it. But hopefully that doesn't happen. I trust in the community. I trust that you and I can cook. I trust that there are other OSU players who are willing to cook, and yeah, you guys have leverage. If you guys don't want to do any content with me, if it's on lazer, then that's a massive L for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys have influence too.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. That's about it. I should probably get going. Enjoy life, Mr. Eck.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for making me
Yeah.
stay up 4 hours past my bedtime. Hey, it's all good there. I enjoyed it. Low-key. Not really.
That's the biggest amount of cope I've heard in my life. All right, good night, man.
Alright, good night. Well, shit, no leak. Are we good? I'm just a content motherfucker. I'm just the content guy now. I'm just a resource. I'm a resource to him. I'm a resource for his YouTube video. Now the story is there. He's gonna put me crying at the start of the video for the hook, and then he's gonna put I pranked the OSU community. I pranked the entire OSU community with one stream, and I had the #1 OSU player crying, bawling. All right.
Over 1,000.
Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.
In
Watch the
this
Oceanic Cup
economy, hello?
quarterfinals this weekend.
Bro.
Watch it,
600 subs.
okay? Watch the Oceanic Cup. I'll pull up the schedules.
Oh, no.
Okay, bye.